he almost died, but he bounced back.
Right.
And one of my doctors that I worked with for 16 years never went to the hospital, but he was.
You've lost weight.
He really thanks.
Yeah.
He
All right, we're live.
Oh.
So you know.
like was.
We're on.
Like he was
Yeah, we're
this
on.
close to going to the hospital, but he fought it.
The
But
mic's
it's
on.
more dangerous in the hospital.
No, my phone.
Wow.
But you can still hear it from there.
It's scary though.
So only because, and I haven't even seen it firsthand in the hospital. 'Cause I'm in an office, but I've seen it through like my doctor's eyes, and
I
so
know.
it's.
But every day it's like the numbers is, well, now they're saying that they're declining. Oh, we've seen a decline now. No one has, contracted the virus today. Or, no
But are
one.
people actually? I don't know. Is Florida shut down? New
No.
York shut down?
No.
But I
We
think
opened
that's
up
why,
way before.
Right, but that's why your numbers
Yeah.
are crazy right now. You guys, I talked to a chick. I deal with a lot of insurance companies, and I was talking to this chick that was in Texas, and they're on their second wave. They're like Florida,
What do you need,
they're
Kate?
bad,
You need anything?
Oh, skip.
and don't paper.
Okay, I'll get you.
And she was like, no, because when we reopened, we just reopened. And I was like, oh no, New York and Jersey, we did it in phases.
Yeah.
Slow phases. She
Yeah.
was like, oh no, they just said, we're like, all right, we're good, and we opened everything, and now we have this.
Yeah. Because they opened up in phases, but they didn't mandate the mask. So, but they still had the social distancing.
Right.
It was optional.
Right,
the
but
mask.
I mean, even now, you get people who, and trust me, I have to wear a mask all day long. It's not easy.
Listen, I
It's
have a hard
not
time
easy.
just on the plane.
No, yeah, it's not easy. I'm at my desk, I face the wall, so I pull it down a lot. But like, if I was a medical assistant, whatever, they have to wear like this all, like, it's hard. I go up a flight of stairs at work, and I'm like ready to die. Meanwhile, normally
And you have
I'm
the
fine.
mask too,
Yeah.
right? Not
No,
just
I don't,
the
because
shield.
I don't have patient
Got kids,
contact.
kids.
Like the medical assistants in the front desk are okay. Because they have patient contact. I'm in the back, I do like,
Then we got George. George, there you go. That's my boy right there. That's Van Deep. That's my boy.
yeah, they come out of a room and they're like ripping.
No, I know. My sister wears the shield. She was a patient.
Yeah.
We're getting this show started. You guys are awesome. Van Diesel. George. Stop. Don't cover your face.
All right.
How you gonna do drinks with no ice?
And we got Andre and his wife. Thank you guys for tuning in.
I'm like, where's the ice?
Thank you
All right,
guys
my
for tuning
bad.
in.
Kind of host are you?
I love them too.
I'm spoiled. Come on now.
You're drinking yours?
Yes.
Andre?
Thank you.
Drinking yours?
What's up, Jose? What's going on, Jose? What's up, Steve?
How was did you do that show? Oh, this Saturday. Okay.
That's right, we got King 7 with TJ.
I would be so terrified to get on that
God bless you.
Are you shots?
Shot.
There it is right there.
Already? Take it out.
And then we get started quick.
Here we go.
Toma.
Welcome, you
You're probably not
guys.
to carry her out.
Negative.
find them in the back.
Okay. Okay.
Kissing booth.
Love you guys.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Kissing booth?
That's it.
Wait, how much? How much? You don't get nothing.
It's a rough time. Everybody needs money right now.
Right, you got
Yeah,
me.
me.
You got all of this.
Well, I get to take this about.
After she goes to
I'm telling people that.
with COVID. Oh my God.
I don't even see you here.
I have my cord, but I'm in the car. No, that's mine. That's the one I ordered on Amazon. That Apple got me. It works perfect. It's an Apple cord.
yelled at everything I do, so I can do it in my own office.
You rent this place?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it over. Like, so you use it all the time.
Huh? Yeah, I'm here like every day.
Sammy and Noel? Oh, okay.
On that little ass stage. Noel was pissed. He goes, yo, I can't.
He can't do a flying kick.
I can't do nothing there.
You can't do a flying kick on
I
that.
can tell him to stay. No, we
Just
move.
squat, just
move.
squat down, just squat.
Yeah, it's flat. That's it.
I see your resistance bands. I'm about to start working out.
I can gym the clothes.
Yeah? How many times have you used them?
What?
Yeah. You buy all this shit and gives you that
No.
one.
They're telling me, yo, I'm gonna ask questions.
Yeah, I was going to work out, but she's mad.
Why?
She's mad because I haven't worked a month and I spent so much money.
Yeah. I've not stopped working. This motherfucker is at home and every day gets fucking packages. I'm like, what are you doing?
Gotta love Amazon, right?
Right? Like, he's spending money like this. I'm like, what are you doing?
I can't even tell you how much I spent.
9 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I can't even do that. I gotta get my reader.
1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Check your mic, guys.
What's
1,
the-
2, 1, 2. Check your mic. Check your mic, Kate. Kate, check your mic.
Testing.
1, 2.
Probando, probando.
See?
Check.
Wait. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Those are good.
Echo.
Está bien.
Ya tú sabes que es lo que hay.
Okay, so welcome to another edition of the Three Amigos. We got something a little bit different here. We have K7 of TKA in the house, and we have the beautiful Dream Girl Cynthia, and we have the
Romeo.
official Dream Boy
Eh,
George Collado,
George Collado.
making sure that no one's knocking on that door. So this is how we got this done. So 2 weeks ago, who do we have here? We have Sammy Zone here.
We had Sammy Zone.
Frankie Cutlass jumped on and said, I want you guys to play the new TKA song. And I said, no, I am not playing it. And they said, why? I said, until Kay and Frankie come in here, I'm not gonna play shit. I thought I had everything down packed. Then I get a phone call, and it's not just Frankie, it's Kay challenging me. Go ahead, talk that shit right now. So I made an arrangement, and I have Kay here. Cynthia was a little bit different.
Get the man.
Cynthia, I called her up. I said, yo, I have a show concept. And she goes, I don't really know what's it about. I said, listen, all we have to do is hang out and drink and get stupid. And she said,
Okay.
I bet, let's do
Yeah,
it.
sit down with it.
Real simple.
God bless her. God bless her.
So,
There you go.
A week later, she's like, let's do it this day. I'm like, let's go. So we got bonafide legends in the house. And it's great having you. I miss you guys so much. It's been crazy. I haven't seen you guys in forever.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. God bless you
It
guys.
is. God bless you.
What have you guys been doing? What have you been doing? What have you guys been doing?
What are you guys up
You know, I've been home. As you can see in my morning videos, I've been doing a lot of exercising and working out. And
We put out a record.
of course, we did that too. But you know, just chilling at home, working on new music. Actually, yes, we did put out a new song. Me, Kay, Judy. Don't Call It Love under the first family of freestyle. So we've been pretty busy. You know, nothing has stopped.
And what about you?
Put out a
Honestly,
record.
I put out a record with Cindy, and then I put out a record with Willie Valentine and 418 Music, and you know, with the help of CPR and Alyssa B and CMG, Frankie Cutlass, and you know, everything's been going well. You know, oh, and taking care of my daughter, my 2-year-old.
Yes.
So
Yeah, beautiful blue.
Here's what I wanted to ask you, because you know, and we talked about this the last couple of episodes, but I wanted to talk to you personally about it. So a lot, you know, people say freestyle is dying, right? The genre is dying. You know, it's not picking up. It's never going to grow again. But you, even Taina, Alyssa B, Sammy Zone, all you guys are charting on iTunes.
right.
You were number 1. Sammy Zone was number 5. Alyssa B was like 2 or 5 or something like that. So
This is her first official week, so you know, God willing, she'll chart.
But how does
really
it,
well.
what does that say for the future of freestyle now that you guys are actually charting on iTunes, hopefully Billboard, and you're on actual legitimate charts?
All right, so you're asking both of us or me first?
Well, you, because
You're
you're number 1,
yeah,
brother.
right now.
You debuted at number 1.
Okay.
First
You
of
got
all,
this.
knock on wood, and in all honesty, for 2020, to be having a freestyle song that is getting this type of recognition, I really expected this with me and Cindy.
Right.
But knock on wood and thank God, it's happening for one of us, and if it happens for one of us, it happens for all of us. What do I think is the future of freestyle, or what I think are the chances of it right now? To me, I still think that the same problem exists. For this music to happen, think of freestyle as building a house.
Okay.
All right? So you're gonna build a 3-story house, right? So freestyle has a second and third floor that you've already built, but you haven't built the first floor. So the second floor is the new school, and the third floor is the original school, if you will, right? The ground floor is the younger kids. So right now, if I were to look at what the first floor looks like of this building or house that you call freestyle, it only has 2 bricks. And it's anyone under the age of 30. And the reason I say it's 2 bricks that I know of thus far, there's only 2 artists that are that young. And that would be Diana, and that would be Willie Valentine's daughter. Because those are the youngest that I know of. I could be wrong, there could be more, but that I know of personally, there's only 2 bricks. And those are, and I don't mean that bricks in a negative way, I mean that bricks as like pieces of a foundation.
Right.
We need a younger audience. Now, by new music, we may be appealing to a younger audience, but what a younger audience wants is music that they can relate to. And because we're older, they can't necessarily relate to us. Their parents can. So we need music done by younger people that appeal to younger people, and then it'll give us a firm ground so that we, on the second and third floor, can continue to make music, because now they have other things to listen to other than what that ground floor is.
What about, a lot of people say, and I know all of you have heard this, the old guys don't give the new guys a shot, right? But I personally know from Taina, you've given her sound advice. You sat down with her, given her sound advice. And she publicly says in any type of interview that she's learned so much about the business talking to you and talking to you.
Right.
Following your advice, you telling her what to do and what you guys went through. So when people turn around and say that you're not handing over the baton, you're not helping them, I always disagree, but I always get bombarded like, no, you don't know. But I'm telling you, when we do these shows and Taina's opening up for you guys, during sound check or in the backstage, you guys are talking to her and she's learning so much from you. What are you guys going to say about that?
Do you want to start?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say I just completely disagree with that comment. Like you said, I've spoken to Taina. I've actually spoken with Jenny Renee right before she came out. And I think that, maybe they feel intimidated by coming to us. I don't know. I really don't know what it is. But it's just asking us, the questions, asking us for sound advice, letting us school them, because we've been through this. We've experienced all of this. So I've had conversations with him. I know he feels different.
No, what I'm going to say, and I'm not saying this to piss anybody off.
Right.
All right. I'm just going to be 100% honest. When I got into this business, right, there weren't a lot of people that we could ask for advice. Right? There weren't. We had to make our way. Right? And if I met someone like Africa Bambaataa, they would give me sound advice for that moment. But there's a ton of other artists that I would meet that would not give me the time of day until I became somebody. Now, that's not what we're doing. I know the George Anthonys, the Jay Allens, the Willie Valentines, Dianas, and so many others, right, that we meet along the way. But I only have maybe 2 seconds with them at a show.
Of course. Where
I'm passing by, I get introduced to this person, I shake their hand, and I keep it moving. No one is writing to me saying, "Hey, I need some sound advice," or "How do I make this happen?" Right? So the disconnect is we may not meet these people. So what they're saying, the stories that they tell themselves, the narrative that they tell themselves is they don't want me in here. All right. This is also a business. So they're going, "Oh, I don't get shows because people are only booking the original school." Right? All right. Given. But here's the thing. to be in this business is about selling tickets, right?
Correct.
So if you have 500 seater or I don't know what's how many seats is a 3,000 seater like Westbury, right? You need to fill those seats, right? So a Cynthia is going to bring a good portion of people. What do we call it? TK is going to bring a certain number of people. George Lamont is going to bring a certain number of people. Judy Torres, Noel, Lizette Melendez, right? Coro, right? All these people are going to bring a certain number of people. At that point, they're going to want a headline. So I'm not booking you. I'm not the booking agent. So I don't have any control of whether they book you or not. They could ask me what my advice is, and I'm going to be like, who I know. And I'm going to go, because I know this person. So I know what they can do. Can they bring any more people? I don't know. Do you understand?
Being a promoter, and I book each of you guys, I agree with you 100%, because we have an overhead that we have to pay.
Right.
The artist, and we have in some places we have to guarantee a bar.
Right.
So it's important for us that I know TK can bring in this many people. I know Cindy can bring this type of crowd. We need more girls, so let's bring in Suave in.
So here's a question I in reverse that I ask you, that your answer would be the same as Sal's. Do you want to risk bringing someone in that people are not yet familiar with just to give them a chance? And say, I'm going to book 5 of you guys who people are not absolutely, they don't really know you at this moment. Correct. Your record might be fantastic, right? You might be an amazing talent, but let me book 2 of you when I don't know whether you're going to draw or not. Does that work?
No, and I agree. And a lot of times
But you're going to get it on the back end, because they're going to say, well, when is my opportunity?
Well, I know, I've done it.
But you do it as an opener.
Yeah, but we've done it, but we've also, Sal and I have also said the same thing. When new artists come in and we want to get paid for a show and we want an opportunity, and we tell them, can you guarantee 50 people?
Yeah.
And they always say, no one can guarantee everything. I said, no, I know if I book K, I know from history and from my shows, I know I can get this many people in if I book K. I know in this type of crowd, in this type of area, I know I could book a Sammy Zone who'll bring the people in, Lower East Side. I know if I bring Sin, it's going to bring a certain amount of people. So I know that if I need to pack up a room, I know who to put in based on the area, based on the demographics. If you want more women versus men, we know who appeals.
But also, but you've also done the opposite, where you've done shows where you've booked you know what, I hate the term new school and old school. I'll be honest with you, because anything above 30, there's no school.
Correct.
So I hate the term new school and old school. And forgive me, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but if you are close to my age or within 20 years of my age, you are a freestyle artist, period. You just happen to come in. You just happen to come in during the tail end. I'll be honest with you, my friend Sammy Zone. Sammy's been around me since I was in high school. So to say that, I can't consider Sammy a new school artist. He's been around the music that long, right? So he's a freestyle artist. George Anthony, he's not a new school artist. He's a freestyle artist. There's no such thing as new school and old school other than Diana and Willie's daughter and anybody below 30. So when I look at these people, I go, okay, when did your record come out? And what did it do? Okay, now you have to go to someone like a Sal or Vito or you, right? They have more chances with you because you're newer in the game.
Right.
So you kind of started your business booking them, right? So you know what areas you can go into. And it's usually where that works is a New England type of crowd, right? Because that's where the music is played the most, right? That newer, that new age, that's a better term, new age, right? That new age freestyle, anything after 2000 is new age. Not new school, but new age, right? that new age sound, anything after 2000 is being played most likely and most probably in the Connecticut, New England area. It's leaked down to us, down here in New York, and it's leaked down to Chicago, right? But is it getting the radio play that it normally would? Those are the things that hurt a new school artist, or a new age artist, if you will. I'm sorry to keep
Well,
calling it that.
and I agree with you.
Right.
And when I do a lot of the shows where I focus more on the new school, you can ask my wife. There's very minimal risk involved. So either we have some type of special setup with the venue or stuff like that. But she knows that when we're doing stuff at the DL, we have to meet a bar guarantee.
Right.
We have to meet a certain budget. So if I bring in a certain type of artist, new age, a lot of
If you did that and you didn't get the draw, would you do it twice?
no. That's why she won't let me. I'll start selecting people. She's like, no, that's too many.
I've seen you do things where you bring in a Cindy or a Judy, right? And then the other acts are the acts that are up and coming, right?
Right.
Have you been hurt at those shows where you
No.
tried to do that?
They're smaller
The smaller venues and the risk is almost minimal.
Right.
Again, when you're doing a Westbury or when you're doing a Lehman or even a DL or SOBs, you have to meet a bar guarantee.
Right.
If you don't meet that certain number, you have to pay.
But you know, and you know this, 'cause
Right.
you're promoting, you know that there's a time limit for you to be at a certain area.
Exactly.
I mean, in a certain venue. So you have, I don't know, you have from 8 p.m. to 10:30.
Correct.
Right? By 10:30, music must be off, and now the stage hands are coming in to break everything down, right?
Right.
Okay. So artists, so you have me, Cindy, Judy, George, and everybody else. So you have the whole cattle call of all the artists, right?
Right.
And you put in artist A.
Hey.
Let's say artist A. Artist A wants to do 10 minutes.
And then we can't let them.
And all the other artists want at least 15 minutes, and these are the people who are bringing you that draw.
Right.
So now artist A is reduced to 3 minutes because that's all you can afford. Artist A feels a certain type of way, right?
Right.
Because they can't present themselves in a certain way. They don't realize that these are all the things. But what happens is because
There's so many factors involved.
Yeah.
because there's so many factors, people believe that they're being forced out or that they're being ignored. And I don't think so. I mean, I'll look at someone like Sammy, and I'll look at someone like George Anthony. Let's use them both as examples of what they're doing. All right, because those two, they've been around long enough that they've found a way to get in. George found his way to get in by doing backgrounds with George Lamont. So George Anthony doing backgrounds with George Lamont. George would turn around and take a couple of minutes or a minute and a half of his show to give George the opportunity to be able to sing. But that's because he found a way of doing that. Sammy, from what I know, because Sammy is a good friend of mine, would sell tickets as a member of the Fever community to the show, and Sal would allow him to be the opening act. And it wasn't until he had running that he worked his way up that totem pole to be able to create that. The same thing would happen with you. With you and Diana, no one knew what Diana could do. But you worked your way into becoming an opening act, to then, to helping, to partnering up with Sal at some of these events, assisting Sal at some of these events, and it gave you a leeway in, right?
Right.
A lot of these other artists don't know how to do that, or there's no opportunity for them to do it,
They
right?
don't feel the need that they have to do it.
Or they
Right.
or they feel like
Correct.
or they feel like my song is good enough, maybe I don't have to work at it. But we all do. Listen, TK, when it was 4 of us, you know how many Kiss FM shows we did that we used to spend more money than we made? We didn't have transportation, we walked to the venue, or we cabbed it to the venue. Yesterday I was telling the story about how we cabbed it up out of pocket, because we made no money, to go to the Devil's Nest for our first show. The place was ram-packed. we performed, we finished the show, and took the train back home with our outfits on.
Wow. That's crazy.
You know what it is to
That's
be
crazy.
traveling on a train from
Yeah.
East Tremont with,
Yeah.
with a pastel cardigan, white pants, and espadrilles? Nah, man, it's just like,
Let's take it back to Oak Tree.
right. We had to make our way. We had to make our way bit by bit, and that's part of the business that people don't understand. That's the other thing. This is a business, and people don't realize that. Like, the advent of social media has helped us, but it's really hurt us, because now anybody can get online and just say, "I hate your guts." Thinking that I hate your guts is gonna last Monday and be disappear by Friday. No, that I hate your guts lives from Monday to when the internet is over. Because you could Google it 3 years down. Trust me, me and my lawyer have a field day with this. Me and my lawyer have a field day with this. I got things that people said about me a long time ago that I'm like, all right, put that in file, whatever, right? Because people don't realize what people think. It's the here and now. They want shock value, so they want to get over, say what they want to say. They don't realize that some of the things that they say carry weight.
Right.
And they don't realize that, you know, and some of the new schools don't realize that some of the stuff they say carries so much weight that it's going to ruin everything that they want to do with themselves in the future, right? And I'm talking about the past. I'm not talking about present time. I'm talking about for the past, I don't know, since Facebook started, so that's what, we're going on 12, 13 years?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, and don't think I'm just talking about Facebook. Before, when it was
MySpace.
MySpace,
It was MySpace.
and when we had the Mi Gentes and the club freestyles,
Making a comeback.
people were doing it then.
Yeah.
You know, it just, people don't realize that now. They're trying to parlay it into a sense of notoriety by doing these type of things, but they don't realize the harm that they're really causing
But I do agree with you that a lot of people don't want to put in that
to
work.
themselves. Excuse me.
Yeah, they don't, like you said, you had to take the training and pastel outfits, and you probably had to do some stuff that you had to do to, you know, to put in your work.
Absolutely.
But the same goes with me. You know, I have a crew that will go out there and, you know, promote for our events and stuff like that. But I'm in the dirt with them. I don't want to be one of those type of guys. I'm just sitting in the car, like you guys see. I'm out there too,
Yeah.
in the rain, in the snow, because you got to
You're
put
out
in
there
the work.
hustling, too.
You have to put in the work no matter what. And then I'm a control freak as well, so I need to make sure everything's going in. But it's nice to know that at least you guys are talking about like the work that you guys had to do. Because honestly, people think like, you know, you guys just automatically woke up and were born walking on water. You know, so
You know,
No.
the music business is a thing of chance, right? I'll give you this example. Before there was a TK, there was a group called Future Force. It was me, a guy named Fareed Abdullah, Andrew Welsh, and John Vincent, right? At the time, I was living on 93rd Street and First Avenue, across the street from Stanley Isaac Projects.
right.
John lived in Stanley Isaac's. My mother worked for Mount Sinai, so we lived, every couple of years we would move. So we lived at that point there because that was the Mount Sinai building. My mother was a resident of Mount Sinai, so they would have us live there. We had a group, and we were trying to perform anywhere we could. We would go down to the Roxy, right, and want to get known. So we'd hang around Rocksteady. So we'd hang around all the breakbeats. We'd try to be around Africa Islam, or you know, or all those people that were happening at that time. Were we getting noticed? No. New York was a hotbed of b-boys everywhere, so it was a dime a dozen. You had to stand out. So we found some Jewish lady that wanted, you know, and pardon me because that's
Right.
what she was. She booked us to start doing little shows wherever. So there would be a park in the West Side. We'd show up at the park. They'd connect the music from some lamppost, and we'd be outside doing our big show for us, we did the Watchung Mall. None of us had a car. The only way we knew to commute was on train. She got a little car for us, drove us out to the Watchung Mall. The money that we would make, she would take. We never made $1. But our claim to fame is the following. I had a girlfriend who had a sister. Her sister used to work at VIM on Church Street in Brooklyn. She used to work with a guy named Mike Hughes. Mike Hughes was looking for talent. So he says, do you know anybody that could rap? Oh, my sister's boyfriend could rap. He has a little group, 4 guys, the Little Misfits. I'll bring him down to my house. She gave us the address. We took the train, met them in 59th Street, took the number 2 all the way to Church Street, and then had to walk 2.5 miles to the house. Because we didn't have enough to take the bus. When we got to the basement, there was Baby Jerry, Mike Hughes, and Junior. These guys are members of Full Force.
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
They were like, okay, you guys have a demo? No, we don't have a demo. Do you guys have a DJ? John could DJ, but you know, that would make it hard for us to rap. All right, so let's make a beat. We made a beat. And we started writing a song called Ego Tripping on the spot. All of a sudden, down comes Kango, down comes Dr. Ice, and he goes, oh, these are my boys. Here's their new record. He plays Roxanne.
CFO.
Right.
Yeah, Kango.
I stood there like, oh, that's dope. Let's do something like that. That song, that demo that we did, Ego Tripping, we turned into something. We thought that we were going to be the next group that was down with them. Before we left, they go, hey, do you guys know a girl who could sing? And I remember, because I had just gotten into Richmond, I go, yo, how's about you bring Lisa, your sister's friend? Because Fareed's sister, Yaz, her best friend was a girl named Lisa. We brought her down. Fareed brought her down.
Right.
Lisa.
Yeah.
She had a record deal 3 years before I did. Well, 2 years before we did. During that period of time, TKA broke up. Sang Scars of Love to Tony in the middle of the street. The following day, I brought Spider, he brought AV, we made TKA. And then we were trying to sing around the neighborhood, right? At every Sweet 16 and every community center that was in the neighborhood, from St. Francis. And that's how we got our start. But it was a game of chance. Somebody else had a record. And guess who we were opening up for all the time? We opened up for UTFO.
Right.
We opened up for Strafe on 110th Street. We were opening up for people that, like, and mind you, I'm like, damn, and I'm watching Lisa's video and I'm going, wow, look, she made it. But it you know, it made a way. And later on, you know, like, you know, it bit by bit, you have to work at it. You have to, they were a group. I remember when I first met them, Spider was hanging out with Doris, her friend, God rest her soul.
Wilma.
He brought her, Wilma, and Doris. They were a group together to my house. We were playing pool in my living room, right? I had a pool table that we got from a bar, and then we had to take up 14 flights, right? All my friends from the neighborhood came up and helped us with the pool table, and they had come over to the house, and we were playing pool at the house. Cindy had some fur coat, some fur vest.
He never left me.
Nice.
I always tease her about it. And the three of them wanted to be a singing group.
Yeah.
And, you know, Sapphire was a totally different person than the Sapphire that you guys know. Cindy was always Cindy. I want you to know that out of the three of them, she was always who she is. And like, what was it? She used to play guitar, right? Sapphire used to play guitar.
Guitar.
And like, their group didn't become a group.
Yeah.
They went their own.
Well, he would help us vocally. He would
Right.
meet up with us and help us with our vocal lessons and all that stuff. So it's
And they
good.
became what they became.
Yeah.
Bit by bit, you get somewhere by something. Some of the artists that are out there now, may not end up being artists. They may end up being producers. They may end up being promoters. I mean, it's just the route that you take. And this business is the hardest business ever to get into. Like, don't think because your best friend made it that you're going to be the next one to make it. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. And it's not as much, it's as much what you put in and someone else. I know 30 guys who are way more talented than I am that haven't got, that didn't get the chance or the chances that I got.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, Mark Anthony, when he was singing freestyle, no one was booking him like that. No one was looking at him like that. Look, he was going to be a member of this group. He was going to be a member of TKA. We turned Mark Anthony down. I remember walking from 112th Street down to Mark's house on 100th Street, consoling him that we turned them down as a group. And the reason that we turned them down was me and him were best friends and we always get in trouble around the neighborhood. And the other guys in the group said, these guys together, they're going to be trouble. That's why Mark Anthony wasn't a member of this group. I had to console him. If you look at some of Mark's old interviews, if you Google Mark, you could hear Mark talking about the people that turned them down. And specifically, he talks about us turning him down. He doesn't call us by name, but the references and the points that he makes are right there. If we turn down Mark Anthony, think about what's happening to the new schoolers that are now trying to make it.
Right.
You don't know. You may be turning down the next Mark Anthony.
Right.
Joey Gardner had an opportunity to manage Mariah Carey. Brenda K. Stark brought Mariah Carey to Joey Gardner. Joey Gardner says, "No, I'm good. No, I'm good." Look what you just lost.
Yeah.
He didn't know. He didn't know.
But you don't think a lot has to do with the change in times? I mean, listen, we were fortunate back when we started with the music that we had, the production that we had, but we had the outlet. We had radio. Radio gave us an opportunity,
Right.
and they gave us a chance. And now you think about your new age artists, they don't have that opportunity.
Right.
They really don't. And I think that's a bigger challenge than anything else.
Look, it's funnier because it's easier for artists to get known today, and it's difficult at the same time. It's
Right.
what you put into it. So, let's say, I don't know. Let's go with Artist A. So Artist A has a brand new song. It's probably the most unique freestyle record that anyone's ever heard. Can that record pop? Well, he doesn't have much of a name. What does he have to do? Invest in himself. There's no record company. Invest in yourself. You want to get it played on the radio, you have to make relationships. You can't burn a relationship. You have to make relationships.
Right.
You have to hit the pavement. You can't just put the record out on Friday through TuneCore and expect it to be the best thing since sliced bread on Monday. You might reach 10 of your friends, but they might play it once and not ever replay it again. Listen, for Slipping Through My Hands, I put Live My Life a couple of years ago, which was a freestyle record. I did the TK30 album for the fans. I put out some freestyle stuff over the past couple of years that people didn't pay attention to. And it's TKA. So, you know, it doesn't matter. It's what people gravitate towards. It's what people want.
I
So
agree.
this song, for me, knock on wood, and thanks to everyone who's involved, I'll run the laundry list of
Great
everybody.
track. It's a great track.
You know, and our song, right? It's the chance that you take, and it's the moment.
Yeah.
It's the right moment. It's rolling the dice and getting the right hit when you want it.
Right.
It's not as easy as, yo, I matched fart with heart, and you know, and I mean, it's not as easy as that, and I sang it over 120 BPMs, and that's what it is. No, it's
It's a great collaboration.
it's a game of chance. Listen,
Great
our-
lyrics,
our
great
record-
track.
our record is like a perfect record. It's a perfect freestyle record. The record that we did. Don't Call It Love.
Right.
But I want you to know, I recorded a song with Coral that I thought was a home run. Not everybody heard it. Not everybody gravitated towards it. It just happens. It's like that. The George Anthony, George Lamont record. That record should have been 10 times bigger. It's
Right.
what people gravitate towards at that moment. It's whether they could catch lightning in a bottle.
Perfect storm.
And sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's hard.
Gotcha. We're gonna take a small break, and then we want to talk to you. But
Yes,
as much as we love you,
We love you, Kay. We
As
love
we
you,
love you,
Kay.
Kay. As much as we love you,
I love for you, bro.
we really want to talk to George.
Oh, excuse
We-
me.
we-
Oh,
yeah.
my
I
bad.
wanna talk to
we
George.
have-
Why
we
am I
have a
here?
lot of
I wanna
questions
talk
to
to
George.
Van Diesel.
Why am
I
I
wanna talk to
here?
George.
But first things first.
Yeah.
First things first.
Shot, 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 shot,
Yes.
Again? Oh my gosh! Everybody!
Man, I love you.
Hey, it's so full of knowledge.
You know what you're talking about, Very
Next up.
Why don't you turn down my
We got a lot of surprises coming up though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I got it written down too. I'm the same way. Yeah, me too. Look, I ain't got much, but I got it in my head though. God bless you guys. God bless you guys. You guys are.
You gonna get drink? Yo, you need to yo.
I never thought that I would actually interview you.
And now, come on.
Interview you okay, you know? And then George came outside.
Oh wait, that's a gun.
He came outside because I got something to say to George. I got questions to ask. No, you better prepare.
I want those questions that you asked to Jenny about him.
I'm gonna ask about.
Oh yeah. No, yo, I'm already prepared.
I know what you're talking about. No, Kevin. I don't know about Kevin. I want to know who the hell is Kevin.
I'm gonna tell you who Kevin is a little bit. I'm gonna tell you who Kevin is.
I don't know.
When Kate gets back, we're gonna discuss Kevin.
Your wife is gonna beat my ass. I'm not recording it. Yeah, I was. So what happened? I'm part of the show. I can't record my own thing. What they were telling me. What they were saying.
Put your phone down.
I'm at
Yeah.
26,
Oh, really?
and this one's at. I don't know what this one is.
Sal.
This is my cruise one.
Sin, how many phones you got, Sin?
What are you, a drug dealer?
Who are you to talk?
Yo, I got 3 phones.
My cruise phone and then
Andre
my
has
phone.
3 phones.
We recently found out
she ain't got a beeper.
that Cynthia's a drug dealer. She has 2 phones.
And she ain't got a beeper.
Oh, don't even say
Do you
that.
have a beeper?
Do you have a beeper?
Seriously, Andre.
Oh wait, sorry.
That's gonna
Listen to
like
me,
so much
listen to me.
shit.
Cynthia's not a drug dealer.
I should be all over Facebook in like a matter of 2 seconds.
I am. No kidding. Alright, so listen.
Never.
So there's a long running discussion. I was talking to Jose, and Jose was actually asking me, because I talk with George all the
Jose
time.
has a question for George.
Yeah, I have a question for
Right.
George. Yo, George.
Do you want me to pass the mic to
This is the
him?
works.
Van
I'm just here,
Diesel,
I'm
that's the
just-
man right there.
I'm just here for him.
That's the man right there. He's the one who's engaged to Cynthia.
Yes, show the way.
Wow, it's such a beautiful thing. The guy, he's a great guy. George is a great guy.
Oh my
Right.
lord.
But let me ask you something, George. What is going on with this thing with Kevin?
Oh, Kevin's just the fictional character, you know?
Which kind of character?
Yeah, I want to know who the fuck
I
is
wanna. Everybody would like to know who the hell is Kevin.
Kevin
Who
was,
the fuck
here's
is
the
Kevin?
worst. I was schooling internet,
Who's
right?
kicking
And I
on
saw.
Now I want to find out. Kevin is kicking on your woman?
Huh?
No.
No. What it was, I was going to the internet and I saw not an ad. It was like a quote, and it showed. It says, "My girl is allergic to Kevin." or don't be a Kevin. Something like that.
So is
And the
Kevin
guy
like
was-
the male version of Karen?
Yeah. Who's
Yeah,
Karen?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yes. Who's Karen?
What's going on? Esto bochinche. Esto bochinche.
Alright, listen.
Ahora sí. Ahora estamos pasando de bochinche aquí.
It's okay.
Esto es un bochinche que está pasando aquí. Excuse me, guys.
Would you like to meet Kevin?
Oh, I would love to meet Kevin.
Would you like to meet
yeah,
Kevin?
because who's violating fucking George.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you who Kevin. I am gonna show you who Kevin is right now.
Who's Kevin?
Okay.
Who's
I want you
Kevin?
to get up and kiss Cynthia. You're gonna meet who Kevin is.
No.
No, it's okay. I know my boundaries. All right, so cut it out.
Kevin.
So that'd be a Kevin.
That would you would be a Kevin.
That would be a Kevin.
You know, I'm not gonna be
You
a
would be
Kevin.
if you went and tried to kiss her, you would be the Kevin.
But Cynthia, I always love Cynthia. And I always look up to Cynthia, so it could be.
You know he's staring at you now, right?
She's my sister. I could take more than 3 pictures. I know that.
Don't look at pictures now.
All right, let's discuss
Quota.
this because as much as we want to talk to
No, when we're
Cynthia,
at shows, I have to when
Cynthia, she's the
people
best.
are taking pictures with you, me and Andre are like holding back.
No, I know. And I'm like, hey, I'm like, chill.
Okay.
Be nice.
All right.
No, but on this side though,
Hold
George.
on.
No,
George, how do you deal with that? Look,
Yeah, how do you deal?
and with all due respect,
yeah,
she
with all
is
due-
probably one of the most beautiful freestyle artists
Oh,
out there.
She's the princess.
All right, everyone loves her. She's stunning. How do you deal with that with the
She's
meet and
awesome.
greets and so forth? You know, people want to take pictures. People like try to get really
You sure you don't
close.
want
Yeah,
me to
yeah,
ask that?
So
I'll
do
give
you
my
actually
version,
get
this is
jealous?
the
Do you
best.
get jealous?
You give your version. How do you deal with dealing with someone? You're dating someone who's absolutely beautiful.
Shot.
And
Shot.
how do you do that?
She like changing the
At
subject.
first it's mind-boggling, but after a while you get used to it. You know, you stare and you stare, and then sometimes your looks won't help anybody.
But you know Cynthia's like my sister to me. Okay? She's like my sister to me and I got a lot of respect for her.
I'll
Alright?
let that
Yeah.
pass.
He has these looks like,
That's
Oh.
it. That's
No,
it.
Those can
Every time I
Looks
always
can
say
kill.
You know what it is?
Cynthia, everybody like
I'll speak for him and explain it because he's really
Uh-oh.
soft-spoken.
Okay.
Like, okay, so
When you're in this business, it's easy to fall in, and you're in a relationship, it's easy for your significant other to fall into the insecurity of it all. And I'll be honest with you, at first, when you first start a relationship, you worry about it, right? Because there's an illusion about this business that it's everybody wants you, right? And it really only depends on the person, right? For a long time I was immature, so I used to try to score as much as I can. But this lady's not like that.
no way. And I think she got it
Let
under
me tell you
control.
something. I've known her for way longer
got
than
under
freestyle.
control.
And the one thing I can say about this lady is she's focused. If she's gonna do something, she's gonna do it right. If she's gonna play when she has the time to play. But when she's committed, she's committed.
when I got the time.
That's family talking
I'm not overselling, I'm being honest.
Thank you. Oh, go.
So he has nothing to worry about. So if he felt that way in the very beginning, he knew who she was leaving with. And
Thank
that
you.
sense of security was built quickly.
But it takes time to get.
It takes time to build up to that.
Now this.
It takes time to build.
When I was a kid, I was all over the place.
Yeah.
When I met my wife, and I was ready. My wife could have been insecure too, but my wife was a person that she knew where I was mentally, so it helped.
Yeah.
So that's why I know where he's at, because I could, like him and my wife, like look like,
Yeah, I just stare. No,
when are we getting out of this place? Can we leave already?
We got
Like, they have
enough.
They have those.
That's who I am
All
now.
right, but do you think, all right, is it easier now than when you first started dating her?
Oh, much easier. I mean, I grew for her sometimes.
It takes
I was
a long
staring,
time.
you know, she was just, you know, why am I so mean?
I'll be honest with you. You know who's more? You know who's more worried? Cindy, because all he wants to do when he's at the shows is take pictures with me and Trey.
No shit.
Yeah, but
And I'm
then he gets on my
another
ass when I
selfie?
take pictures with you.
Listen, I'm like, how many selfies you gonna take?
I just to take to get the right one.
But that's the way you feel about me towards you, Cynthia.
The day before we have the show together, she
Cindy,
goes, "Yo, cuz, can we have like a 4-picture minimum?" I said, "Cuz, if you want, we can make it a 1-picture minimum."
And it's been that way, yeah.
How does it feel? Like, do you feel like, all right, do you feel a little timid? Like, do you feel weird? Like, honestly, you're dating like a civilian.
Dating a legend.
You're dating a civilian, right?
I'm dating Vin Diesel.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
he gets stopped by people.
Who gave him that
He
name?
loves it.
Who
He
gave him
loves
that
it.
name?
Yeah.
Hold on. First of all,
Totally. Like, I take a picture. I'm like, what the heck? You know, like, and I'm like, ew.
Yeah, okay, you're too much. Yeah. First of all, who gave him that name, Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
Who gave him that name, Vin Diesel?
That name.
What do you mean who gave him that? Look at his
I
face.
think it was
Vin Diesel.
Vin
He's like
Diesel.
his twin.
No.
No,
I
I think
know.
it's Instagram that I had like that a little bit.
And
And
we
then,
went. You saw the video I put up. We went
Oh,
to
and
Universal
wait,
Studios, right?
You called yourself Diesel?
no,
You saw it when he was in the gym. When he was at the gym, right? When he was at the gym. Yeah, I seen that post.
He's became like, so
Yeah.
that's what it was. And then
Oh,
after that,
damn.
it just fluctuated.
Wow, that's
Wait,
crazy.
wait. Let me.
When he first came around, I had to do a double take. I was
Yeah.
No.
No, but then he didn't like it.
Look.
I
Because
was
we
just
call him Vin, and he used to get
No,
mad.
he
didn't
loves
like,
it.
Oh, well,
Yo,
He
George,
loves
George,
it.
George,
He said he
George,
didn't like
let me
it.
ask you a question.
Sure.
Yo, funny thing is, I met him as George. So I'm like, oh. So they're like, yo, Diesel. I'm like, who you talking about? Diesel. He was out there. I'm like, who? And go, damn. I'm like, oh, George. I just started calling him
I
Diesel.
remember when I first
But I
met you.
won't. Oh, sorry.
Remember the.
Oh, you didn't tell the story.
Is it-
No, let's
Oh,
not
here
do
we
it.
go
Let's not
again.
do it.
Oh,
This is
boy,
gonna
here
take
we
it back
go.
to like
Hold on.
1988 at
How-
fucking
let me-
Palladium.
here's the question.
All right.
How does it feel?
Guys.
Do you feel like it's like overwhelming, or do you kind of like it? Do you have someone that's like protecting you and so
Well,
forth?
I always tell him, and he knows it. I'm like, sometimes it is a bit overwhelming. And the reason why I tell him that is because you guys all know me. At a show, after I finish performing, I like to go out in the crowd and I meet everyone.
exactly.
And he's like, "Where are you going?
Yeah.
Oh, the people gonna be all over you." And I'm like, "I got this.
I've been
I
through
got
that
this. I
experience,
got
yeah.
this." And
I've been through
it
that
just
experience.
drives him crazy. And so I see the look on his face.
It's just a
and
normal
I'm,
look,
I'm
and then
such
she-
a big person on perception. I guess that's just
No,
where
but George
me
is
and
good though.
work.
He's good. He's
And
good.
I'm like, "Babe, you gotta worry about what other people
I just
see."
stare. And then she said
train me
smile.
well.
I'm just looking
I'm
at
like,
her.
"You need to smile,
Hello?
smile."
But how many times you asked me
smile.
how many pictures I can take with
Cindy
her? though?
finds a way. That she finds a way. So
Oh,
she
yeah.
doesn't need a bodyguard.
No,
She
I
got
don't
engaged.
need a
She has
bodyguard.
But
She
But
got
she has
engaged
one.
though.
By the way, what you
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
know is that every show, even if you're not there, she has bodyguards all over the
No,
But
place.
that's just crazy. When
Everybody's
people come
George,
always, they'll
George.
look at him like,
Everybody's
they'll
always
say
George.
to him, they're like, "Is it okay if we take a picture with
Two
you?" I
people.
swear shit. And I'm like, "It's
There's-
okay."
The two most protected women in freestyle are by far Judy and Cindy.
Yeah.
And like we're like even if we're not, we're all aware of where they are at all times.
Your wife has a small army behind her. You have no
Yo,
clue.
George, you gotta understand one thing.
Although I'm like my own army,
George,
I got this.
George.
Not that she needs anybody else, but
George, you gotta understand one
But I
thing.
appreciate it. Thank
George,
you.
you gotta understand one thing. You know, Cynthia, I always looked up to her ever since I was 15 years old.
Jenny
I'm
Renee
51.
said we need another shot.
Oh,
Oh,
damn,
wow.
Jenny.
You know, no, I always looked up to Cynthia,
I
yeah.
was like, have you ever worn a baseball
And-
cap?
excuse me?
Like, have you ever worn a baseball cap? I've always seen you in those hats. Have you ever worn a baseball cap?
Oh my
Well, I'm
God.
OG, so you know about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a baseball cap to me is like,
Like what? What's wrong with a baseball cap?
it don't match.
It's a new look.
It doesn't match you?
It don't
How
match.
do you
It don't go
know?
with
Are
me.
you a Yankee fan?
Huh?
Or a Yankee
Of
fan?
course I'm a Yankee fan. Of course.
It would match.
I mean, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, I take that as a compliment. So from now on, I think I'm gonna be wearing a freaking.
Listen,
We're gonna
I
do some
will.
shout-outs, right?
Yeah, we'll do some shout-outs.
Give me a
Listen,
shout-out.
I will.
Can I say?
Okay, hold on a second. hold on. I will blow up one spot though.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, hold on. Can I say something?
Yeah, one second. I will blow up one spot. There's been times where I'm helping Sin with meet and greets. She's taking pictures. She's doing autographs. Sometimes people want to overextend and talk and take more pictures. Sometimes people want to hold her a little bit tighter and closer for pictures. And then I just look up.
Uh-oh.
And right, I have a hard
Come
time.
on.
I have a hard time. Like, no.
Pick up the call. Pick
I'll
up.
call back. So and then I look up and I see Vin Diesel going like this,
Cut it.
Yeah, cut it.
So
Come on, this is the perfect
like
time.
that. Hold on one second. We got a call. We got a call.
We gotta call. We gotta call, guys.
Oh, I
We gotta
missed
call.
it. I don't think I answered it.
We're gonna call you back.
Wait, shots first.
Wait, we gotta do shots.
Can I
damn.
say what I have to say?
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead, hurry up.
Oh wow. Excuse me. Salute. 1, 2, 3
Andre.
for an extra 100 years.
Go ahead, go
That
ahead.
took a long
You're
time.
first.
Wait, it's alright. No problem. I'm used to it.
No,
I love you. You know I love
I love you too.
you. Shot, 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 shot. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, back at the ranch, as I was saying.
Back at the ranch.
Yeah. You know,
Ay, Dios mío.
Cynthia, I give so much respect for her. I mean, ever since I was 15 years old, the first time I met her was in Bloomingdale's, and that's when I started getting into the Bloomingdale's and the Department of Credit. I had to go all the way down
That's
to the
when I
basement
wrote change on me.
to see
Me and
Cynthia.
Trey used to
To
work at
actually
Bloomingdale's.
meet Cynthia.
If it
She
wasn't
was
for
at the
Cynthia, I wouldn't
first.
have- I wouldn't have my
Exactly.
shirt.
Excuse me, Kate. I exactly remember where her desk. I actually remember where her desk was at. Her computer desk.
That's stalkerish.
Right there.
That's
And no, that was not stalking. I was 50. I was 15
Don't be
years
a
old.
Kevin.
Are you
Don't
Don't be a Kevin.
I was 15 years old.
You got a picture
I
of
was
Kevin?
down.
Meet the new Kevin.
Hold on. Let me say to my viewers out there that
Dogito.
my name is Jose Ramos. I'm a professional dancer.
You're a professional stalker.
No, I'm not
I
a
used to
professional
love working
stalker.
at Bloomingdale's.
And I used to dance for Rocksteady, Chapter 2 Hot Feet. You know what I mean? And Roxy's, okay?
Yeah.
And I remember the first time that K7 TKA, original TKA, was performing there. What Fascination, okay? And there was other artists there. That was years ago, you know. And
At the time,
way
it
we
was
used to
called
take,
1018.
there you go. And the way we used to take care of situations back in the days, we used to battle each other. You know, we used to do the up rock. We used to we used to just like break dance and all that. We used to take care of our business in Roxy's. That New York City breakers. We used to battle them all the time. You know, Rocksteady. We used to scrambling feet, all the whole 9 yards from the LES.
Hold on, Jose,
But hold on.
Wait, I don't want you to get beat up right now.
No, I'm not gonna get beat up.
Boss man.
I will never get beat up.
Boss man's calling. Hold on a second.
Yes,
Gee.
let's
We
go.
gotta go, boss. We gotta go, boss. We gotta go
Yes.
back.
Up the call.
Woo!
Excuse me.
Perdóname.
Perdóname, Jesús Santísima.
Hello.
Who's on the line? Who's on the line? Who's on the line?
That's not.
Him dummy.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
That's not Freddie Quinn.
Hi, Sal.
We got Sal Abatello in the house.
Sal, what's
What's
up?
up, Mrs. Andre? The boss is there.
Yeah.
What's up, Pops? What's going on? What's going on, Sal?
What's up, Di? What's up, Andre? What's up, Jose? What's up, George? What's up, Cynthia? What's up, Kate?
What's up?
We're talking to George right now.
Yeah, man.
And we're talking to Cynthia, and we're talking about how George could be a little bit overbearing, even though he truly loves her.
Protective is the word.
Overprotective.
Overprotective.
What do you gotta say, Sal?
Wait, hold up. I'm getting a delay.
He's getting a delay. Okay.
Tell him to lower his.
Lower the background music.
Lower the.
The Walt Disney.
Lower your lines. Lower your lines.
Oh, lower my line. Hold on.
Mute your.
Damn.
There you go, Sal.
Oh, okay. Oh, are we up to date right now?
We're up to date. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is this live?
This is
Yeah.
live. You're live.
Yes, sir, Sal.
Okay, great. Now, should I put the camera on me?
Put the camera on you. What's up,
Camera
Sal?
on you, Sal.
Hold on. You know I don't know how to do this every day. Hold
You
on.
look great. You look great.
You look great. You look
great,
marvelous.
Sal.
No, he
How you
Oh
do
wait,
this?
no. We can't do that on this line.
No, I was gonna say we can't.
Yeah, we can't do that on this line.
Bring him in on the
We can't bring you in, so you gotta talk.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I've been watching the show. I just got back from a family emergency, and I just got into the house a little while ago. I apologize for not being there. To all my beautiful people, these are like 6 of my favorite people in the whole world right here.
We love
We
you.
love you.
Can't pull up that face.
Yo,
Yo,
did you have fun yesterday?
That was awesome. I
It
love
was
it.
awesome. It was an
oh, I had
awesome
plenty
show.
of things, except when you tried to make me dance and my bad leg couldn't hold my body up.
Especially that Sal didn't even know how to control the
Well,
phone.
at least we got that picture, man. It'll
That was
live
awesome.
forever.
It looked great.
I wanted to have shots tonight with you guys, but unfortunately,
He said shots. He
I
said
know.
the word.
I bought you a whole bottle of Grand Marnier, brother.
well, that bottle, well, I wouldn't have been able to drink it today because I'm on medication, but I'll drink it the next time. Is it closed?
Yes, it's sealed. It's
It's
sealed.
sealed. It's sealed.
We're saving it
Me
for
and
you.
Andre went to eat Monday night. We went out to dinner together, and the same thing happened, right, Andre?
Yes.
Yo,
But anyway, what do you guys? What's the next topic?
Right now we're just talking
We're
about
talking
George.
about George.
Now we're gonna talk about Sin.
That's it.
Her career was going on. What do you gotta say about Sin?
Jose, my man.
There
No,
you
no,
go, I mean,
Cynthia,
no,
Cynthia.
I mean, no.
Well, Jose, you're becoming a very popular celebrity too with the show.
Oh, really?
You know,
Oh, really?
Andre
Thank you,
makes
Sal.
stars.
Thank you, Sal. Thank you for your support.
Oh my God.
I love
Yeah,
you,
you
Bob.
come
I
on.
love you. I love
Let
you,
me
Bob.
see you with a baseball hat.
Oh.
You see?
Okay.
Kane has
Change it
spoken.
up. You gotta change it
I gotta
up.
change it up,
I will,
right?
yeah.
I gotta change it up, Sal. Well, I need one of those fever hats.
You still don't have one?
He got
I
my
got your
order. I don't know. He got my order, so I don't
Oh
know.
my
I got your
god.
order.
He's a fever jacket.
Yeah.
Sal, really quick, tell me how you first met Cyn.
What?
Tell me how you first met Cynthia.
How did I first meet Cynthia?
Yes.
Uh,
I would love to know.
it was probably at a show because Cynthia was on Micmac and she was being managed by a good friend of mine, George Vascone.
Yes.
Right.
And
God bless his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, God bless you.
what, was that not it, Cynthia?
No, you're right.
No, you're right.
I think it was was it the big show you did in the Bronx? Was it a Boys and Girls Club or
Yeah, I think,
something?
remember the Kids Bridge Armory
Yes, that was it.
in the Bronx, and we had about 30 groups on there.
Exactly.
And that was going way back, and that's how I met her, and we became good friends, and then eventually we started working together. Well, we've been working together for, I don't know, like 30 years.
30 years, exactly.
And Kay went to the Devil's Nest, right?
Yes, sir.
We know that. And that's where he found his girl, India.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know Kay 35 years, because the other day was the 35th anniversary of
The devil's
the
nest.
Devil's Nest.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
August 2nd. Yep.
A lot of good memories there.
Beautiful
Damn,
memories.
we've been around for a long
Beautiful
time.
memories on
old,
East Tremont
we
in the
old.
Bronx. Yep.
I'm really upset I'm not there because we promoted this last night, all night, right, Kay?
Yeah, man, we were talking about it all night.
And unfortunately, damn, but it looks like you're having a great time.
We're having
Hey,
a
Andre, what
blast.
are you drinking?
I'm drinking One Rock Vodka and Red Bull and OJ.
Could we
I'm drinking Hennessy with
do
Red
something real quick?
I know, I remember.
Sal, you know what's so
Sal.
funny?
Oh, that guy.
Massachusetts.
Sal, there's an old saying in Spanish that le tenemos que dar las flores durante el tiempo que están vivos, meaning that we have to give you your flowers and
That's
your
it.
appreciation
That's it.
while you're
While
here
you're
with us.
alive,
And I
yeah.
just want to say,
God bless.
and you know, I want Cindy to speak, and you know, because I know she has more to say, but I want you to know that we really appreciate all that you've done for us, and the doors that you opened up for us, and how you changed our lives, you know, and there's so many of us that you've touched that I don't know if we tell you thank you enough. We tell you we love you, but honestly, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Oh, we love you, Sal.
You heartless human being!
No, he's not heartless. He feels the heat.
We love you, we love
We
you.
love
We
you
love
very
you.
much, Sal.
Thank you.
Sal, you're number one, Sal.
That's the year I was born.
I'll tell you a funny story. Sal made a post a long time ago how he opened up a certain club. I think it was like 1981 or something like that. And he goes, yeah, I was like 25 years old. I said, so I texted him. I said, Sal, you know, I was like 7.
Wait, Sal. I was born.
I was at your christening, Andre.
Sal, I was born in
Yeah,
I
1981.
was at your wedding.
Sal, I was born in
You got something to
1981.
say? George, I think George got something to say.
I told Sal said I opened up this club in 1981. I was 25. I said, Sal, I was 7 years old.
But that's when I was born.
He texted me back.
Fuck, 7
He
years
texted
old.
me back, fuck you. And he didn't talk to me for the rest of the night.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah,
What year were you born?
1981.
81.
I wonder if I Take You Home came out 2 years later.
But I am honestly, and it was before Andre, I am a freestyle fan.
Right.
It was because of an
Aw.
ex-boyfriend who got me into it. But all through high school, I had a few friends that were into it, but I loved freestyle. I blasted freestyle. And it was, I mean, I had an ex that got me into it who was older than me, but
That's so cool.
But that-
How long are you guys married now? 4 years?
5 years.
5.
5 years?
5
Yeah,
years.
that's it.
Ah, boy, she's
been
a
together
saint. Let me
for
tell
5
you.
years when he
I've only been married
proposed
for
to her.
5.
So That's how I met. That's how I met
for
Sal.
like 15.
I met Sal because I wanted to throw a birthday party for my girlfriend at the time, and she goes, "I love freestyle music." I said, "No problem." I said, "I'll book
Well,
anybody
you
you want."
before them, I thought.
No, yeah. But then she, you know, we got a whole bunch of artists, and then I was trying to book Sapphire on my own, and then she wouldn't talk to
He
me.
threw me a
And then Sal called.
Freestyle.
I threw over freestyle, and then Sal called me up. He goes, you know, you have to talk to me, but I was a little scared of him. So I said, "Yeah, Sal, I'll call you back," and I hung up the phone. Right? So then,
All the artists.
I did all the orders myself, and it was, you know, I was like, "How much is the bill?" I said, "Holy shit, what am I gonna do?" I didn't have money like that, so I said, "Maybe I'll sell some tickets." And we sold out the event, and just, I have to say this because she gets upset. I was giving her all the money that we're collecting from the door.
Hold on, stop.
She would-
Stop. It was my 30th birthday party. So I had all my friends there.
That's the time
Obviously,
you
we had our own table, we had bottles. I just want to start with that. And this retard is handing me wads of money. As I have bought, like it's my 30th birthday.
So I threw this
Get a
party.
nice drink.
Every time I didn't trust
I
anybody.
didn't continue.
I didn't trust anybody, so I was collecting money from the bar, collecting money from the door, and I was giving everything to my girlfriend at the time. She was putting all the money.
She's like stuffing it
No, no.
here.
No, I had a clutch that I had
So,
inside my purse.
I gave her like thousands of dollars, and at the end, I was like, "Yo, I gotta pay security, who I hired Zulu Nation.
All right.
I had to pay all the artists. I said, "Babe, I need the money." She opened up the clutch. The
Opened
money
my purse,
was gone.
The clutch was
No.
gone.
All the money was gone, and I said, "Holy shit, I'm in trouble."
Now you're in trouble.
I had to beg every single artist. You gotta, and it was like a Saturday. I said, "You have
No,
to
you
give
had
me."
the artist paid. It was just.
Oh, it was
just
security that I didn't pay, and it was Zulu Nation. But I was cool with
Oh my
Chapter
God.
17. I was cool with them.
In
So-
Brooklyn.
No, in Queens. In
Queens
Queens.
chapter?
Yeah, Chapter
Oh,
17.
Queens,
So
yeah, Queens
I had to beg them, "Yo, just give me till Monday." I had to go to the bank, pull out as much money as I can, and I went to
Wow.
everybody's house, paying everybody dollar for dollar. We lost
But he wants
every
to blame
single.
this on me.
No, I'm not blaming you.
But it was yes.
It was my
You keep
first show.
telling the story, blaming it on me.
It was my first show.
But it was my 30th birthday
You know,
party.
that
Yeah.
Who hands
That's
Yeah.
dope though.
Someone
because you
at
guys
their
made it
30th
through
Yeah, I
hardship.
wouldn't have
Yeah.
that.
So the next
Financial
party,
hardship, that's
so the
good.
next party I threw, I had a small budget. I had like a $5,000 budget, and I was intimidated by Sal. I heard that Sal was a gangster. I heard all this stuff. So I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna call Sal. So I called Latif, and I said, "Yo, I have a $5,000." So listen, I said I have a $5,000 budget. So he goes, "All right, I can put this artist together." I said, "It'll be an $8,000 fee." I said, "Yo, I told you I have a $5,000 budget." So Latif goes, "Okay, well we can do this. It'll be $11,000." I said, "Dude, what the fuck am I telling you? I have a $5,000 budget." So then I go to Charlie Rock, and I said, "Listen, I have a $5,000." So he put together a budget. It's like $5,500. So I can deal with that. I said, "Listen, I only have like $1,000 on me. Can I work something out?" Hung up the phone. I said, "Fuck." I said, "I have to call Sal." So I called up Sal. I said, "Sal, I only have a $5,000 budget." He put together like again $5,500, and I turned around to Sal. I said, "Sal, I only have like $1,000 on me, right?" So Sal goes,
He'll work with you.
"Sal goes, all right, you can't promote the show."
Then you'll pay now.
Yeah, he goes, "You can't promote the show,
He gave you pay.
but give me the $1,000. When are you gonna have the rest of the money?" I said, "Give me like a week and a half." He goes, "Okay, you can't promote the show. Give me the $1,000. If you don't give me the rest of the money, I'm keeping your shit." So I said,
Plain and simple.
"Okay, bet." So I give him the money, and then I give him the rest of the deposit, and then the show was a success. And then I didn't know how to put together the show. It was like 5 hours over budget, over the time. But ever since then, we started working with Sal. He gave me my opportunity.
Nice.
He gave me my chance. I didn't have any money to do the show, but he gave me an opportunity. And ever since then, I've been working with him. So
And that just shows the type of man
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Sal is not a bad person.
When you
Sal,
say you were
bring it-
intimidated, I was intimidated. When I first started,
I'm still intimidated by Sal.
as a kid, I always wanted to be. Well, TK started out as a rapper. We wanted to be a rapper.
Right.
I used to pass out flyers for a club called Harlem World. on
You used to be a
116th
flyer
Street.
boy, that's right. You used to be a flyer boy.
So I used to go get the flyers, and I used to we used to study these flyers. So we collect them. It was like our trading cards.
I can bring it to you,
So
George.
if the Harlem World was having like a convention, it would have all the names of all the groups. So Treacherous 3, Cold Crush Brothers, Grand Wizard Theodore, everybody. There was always one name. The one name that you knew wasn't black was Sal Abatello.
Yes.
Right? So guest of honor, right? You'd see Africa Bambaataa, Africa Islam, Red Alert, Sal Abatello.
Curtis
Sal
Blow
Abatello.
and all these guys, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no doubt.
So as a kid, and going to the Roxy's, I would see people like Charlie Steckler. And I was like, oh, the bald guy, that's the guy that manages the Fat Boys. And then you'd see this guy, DA, mustache, and all the girls were falling for this guy. And I was like, who's that? Oh, that's Sal Abatello. That's the guy from Fever? That's the guy that runs the Fever? Yeah,
That's
Sal
the guy or the
Abatello.
white
I'm
guy?
like, that guy.
Yeah, he's a white guy.
He's a white guy. He's Italian.
He's a white guy.
Yeah, he's a white dude.
Before I left, I remember it was a Sunday. Roxy's used to do this thing that they used to do like it used to be like from 12 to 6, right? Anybody who couldn't get into the Roxy on
Yeah, I
Friday
remember.
or
We used to
Saturday,
battle there all the
used to
time.
do from 12 to 6.
Yeah, 12 to 6.
You used to go there and you would, dance on the dance
It's
floor,
a
whatever.
battle. It was number battle. It was
I
battle.
saw Sal. I was like, I want to walk up to him. I want to say hello. Yo, I'd walk up to him and all I would say, I was like, I'm about to stick my hand out, and he'd walk away. And all I could remember was the laugh. And I was like, one day I'll meet him. Do you know that I was frequenting this club for the Devil's Nest? I was at the Devil's Nest for a year. And I would see him, he would pass by me, he would stop to talk to Joey Gardner. I'd want to say something to him,
Is that what you?
but I was always intimidated. I didn't talk to Sal for the first time until I think the second time that TKA performed at the Devil's Nest.
And that was the first time I saw you perform when
That was
India
your
was
first
in the group
performance, Kay?
and
That was your
Information
first
Society.
performance at the Devil's Nest?
I don't think it was his first performance. That's where I saw him
It's
the first time.
our first professional get paid performance
Right.
was at the Devil's Nest.
Yeah. And going back to the hip hop story, that was an amazing time because that club sometimes in one night would have 30 to 40 recording artists that had hit records on the radio
Right.
at one time. And that will never be duplicated ever again. I hope it is, but I doubt it because one week they would be on the customer line and then the next week they'd be on the radio,
Right.
like, Curtis Blow or Grandmaster Flash or Melly Mel, and, it just goes on, and Sugar Hill and Sequence, and it was just blowing up and exploding this new sound from the street. And a lot of Latinos took to it, also, and a lot of Latinos were DJs of the rap groups, like Charlie Chase,
All the dancers.
and, OC, and
all the dancers of the group.
a bunch of guys.
Wow. It's a blessing.
Yep, it was a great time. It was
Great
an
times, man.
unbelievable
Great
time,
times.
and it's documented. And those guys are still working. They're still doing good. They've worked with me and Andre a few times. And
How do you feel?
I want to just give a shout out to White Boy and Dave G and the Fever
Yes.
family. And
White
everyone
Boy,
and
White
shout
Boy.
out.
There you go.
So,
White boy needs to come hang out.
How do you feel to have been a part of not only the first school of hip hop, but been around to see all those guys become billionaires and household names, and then be able to not only from going to hip hop to doing this with dance music and still have a career of doing it for so long and opening so many doors. How do you feel when you think back at it?
Say that again. I couldn't hear it.
How do you feel, being part of both, the trajectory of what hip hop is and seeing so many kids come through the doors of the clubs that you started and seeing, so many kids come through the doors for freestyle as well and dance music. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, how do you feel about it? It's a once in a lifetime opportunity that I got lucky to grow up in an urban neighborhood You know, I grew up on 149th of Washington Avenue and 3rd Avenue with my family. They owned a grocery store in the Bronx. You know, my family came over here from Italy, and we settled in the Bronx, right in the South Bronx. So when I grew up, I was around R&B music my whole life. And I didn't know, I didn't know prejudice until I got to school, because I had half of my uncles were black and Latino, because of being in the neighborhood, being in the fire hydrant and the sprinklers, and playing ball with the little basket that you knock out the bottom, and that was your basketball court hanging from the wall and the fire escape. Remember?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a great time. I was blessed. And, Curtis Blow, I was the best man for his wedding. Sweet G was still best friends. I still talk to them all the time. And then luckily, I was blessed to discover, with the Devil's Nest, to give a freestyle opportunity to come indoors, you know?
Sin,
It was amazing time.
Sin, were you intimidated when you first met Sal?
I wasn't intimidated when I first met Sal. I think we just hit it off right from the get-go, and it was just we just hit it off. We were just friends, and
I'm still intimidated.
I look at Sal like family, I
Sal's
can talk
like
to him
my
about
boss to
anything
me.
and everything.
I love Sal to death, and it sounds like my family, but I'm still intimidated.
Sal's probably,
I love him.
Sal's not gonna remember this,
I love
but
him. I love him so
the
much.
first time I met Sal,
I love Sal.
I was
so much.
14. I was 14 years old.
Damn.
And I was a flyer boy for John Googie Rivera.
Wow, really?
And he had me promoting Roseland.
Uh-huh.
And he used to let all of us in. And again, the same thing like Kay said. He was like the only white dude in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him and like, yo, that's the guy, he runs everything. And so I wanted to meet him, and again, I was 14 years old at Roseland. And Sal, I don't know what he was doing, but he stepped up to these three black guys, and he was in their faces arguing, and they all bowed down to him like crazy.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna talk to him right now. And I walked away. And that was my first time I met Sal. So ever since then, like I said, I've always been like a little bit. That's why the first time I tried to call Sapphire, and I guess Sapphire called up Sal, and Sal called me up. He goes, yeah, you gotta book the artist to me. I was like, yeah, I'll call you back. I hung up the phone. I was like, this fucking guy is nuts. I ain't fucking with him. And I just hung up the phone. But look, he's like I said, he's not just like a business partner, he's like a father figure, he's a mentor. And he started off so many different careers. Taina and I had a show, we did like a mini tour with Live Nation in California and Vegas. And Sal told me, he goes, bring a Fever shirt.
1, 2.
And I brought a Fever shirt, and Ja Rule came up to me, yo, Uncle Sal. The Game came up to me, he goes, yo, that nigga Sal, that's my nigga right there. I was like, do you know Sal? He was like, nah, I don't know Sal, but that's my motherfucking nigga right there,
Nah, let me say something about Sal. This Jose coming out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Sal, damn, Sal, why you always cut me off?
I deserve an Oscar for that role.
That you did, and
I love you.
And you need to bring back that
I
original
love you,
crushed
but there's
blue
one
jacket.
thing. There's one thing about Sal. No, but let me share something about Sal. Let me share something about Sal. Let me share something about Sal.
All right,
Sal got a heart for everyone, no matter what.
Absolutely.
No matter what, And me and Tommy coming out of a club the one time and stuff, and it was the day of his birthday bash over there at the Cobra. And he gave this homeless guy, actually $20 for Rose, a little more. Sal got a heart. The guy actually, excuse me? Yeah, what was that? I missed that.
You hear the laugh, right?
I missed that. Sal, what was that?
I gave them money while we were doing the drive-by. They were washing the window.
What I'm trying to say is that Sal got a heart for everyone, and you have an opportunity.
And that's why
in
God
life,
has blessed him in so many
and
ways.
Sal is so blessed, and that's why I love him so much.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Sal, it's not just the music industry, it's his personality that is beautiful. You
It's
understand?
beautiful.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You know?
Thank you.
Well, anyway, I am not gonna get sentimental on this
stop
situation
crying
or
on us.
whatever.
Let's play
So
some music.
we're gonna get back to George over here
One
because I
second.
want to find
Hold
out
on.
who the hell
Listen,
is coming.
we're gonna play.
Let's play some
We're
music.
gonna play a little bit of music, and then when we get back,
Hour.
then when we get back, I definitely want to talk to Sam because there's so many questions I want to ask her. We tackle Kay, we tackle Sal, we tackle George.
Yeah, and Cynthia.
George
I wanna
haven't
get to Cynthia.
But by the way, George is still giving Jose dirty looks.
Yeah.
Jose is going to be the next Kevin.
You see how close
No,
he
I
is to
ain't
me?
not
He's
gonna
like,
be the
don't
next
get
Kevin.
Jose is
next
going to be
time.
the next Kevin.
Don't
No,
get
let's
next
play a little bit of music and we'll be right back.
I don't care. Van Diesel's not gonna stop me from Cynthia. Are you crazy?
Oh my god.
No way now.
You ain't gonna
No.
stop me.
Hey, yeah, he heard that. He ain't gonna stop me. He ain't gonna stop me for Cynthia.
Oh my
Cynthia,
god.
I grew up ever since I was 15 years old with Cynthia.
I cut the mic off. I wouldn't take that
And
shit
she's
off
my
you.
sister.
He
You're my sister.
said George ain't gonna stop him from getting
No. You're my hood, and I love you. Thank you. No, I'm serious, bro. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Bro, this is like a fucking honor that you guys are here, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. This is great.
Shot. 540 people.
I know, I'm watching.
Look, I got questions that I have to ask.
Okay, ask me.
You don't give me a chance.
We're gonna get there.
Fucking guy. No, we're gonna get there, bro. Let's get there before another.
Back in my corner.
Yeah, you're back in your corner.
Yeah. That's my big deal. I know.
Fireball.
Oh my god, I got to do tomorrow. He's working.
Yo, I'm out here 15.
Okay.
What?
No problem.
You know what? I gotta get out of here before you.
Cynthia, that little bullshit that happened or whatever,
Yeah.
that was I really want to get
I really don't want to go. I don't want to take a picture.
No.
That's condom.
How many you have?
4. I have 2 more at home, but they're frozen.
Final.
I have
Maybe like 3 of them.
The boys, they're also for me.
Esa maldita mujer, digo que cuando ella me llamó a mí de todo, esa maldita mujer me dijo a mí que te va a caer encima cuando te vea aquí. Y se lo dije a Sam.
That's when you're fucking me up? Yeah, okay.
No, de verdad, pues chela.
Yeah, I know.
No, yeah, y yo le dije a ella, yo, she's my friend.
Shot.
Oíste,
Sorry, shot.
no, oye,
Yeah.
I but you told me that, I said, what? Alright, let me tell you something, and then Tommy made a schedule. Because I directed Tommy right away.
Yeah.
Tommy told me right away that,
Yo, now give me 5 minutes. I'll call you right back.
a reggaeton,
Right.
a reggaeton
Yes.
Right.
party.
No, pick up the phone.
And all of a sudden now she's fucking doing a freestyle.
No one, yes, it's me.
That you guys are doing. And then they asked me for it.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't talk shit about it.
576 people.
No, but that wasn't the whole purpose of the call.
The
The purpose of the call was just to go.
Alright, we'll work it out. Don't worry about it. We have plenty of other
Did you
stories.
say this?
How you feel though?
Yeah, I
And you
did.
said no. You
No.
didn't say it. So
No,
that's
no.
what matters.
I said no,
Right.
but then I got the call in and everything, and it was the comparing of the boat where I was
But
going
that's
to.
not what was said.
No, the girl that I met at Orchard Beach, she was asking me, what were you going with, Fever or you were
Right.
going Europe?
Right.
And I said, no, I'm going with Fever because it got more
Alright, let me call you back in a little bit. Let me say we're gonna talk about it. Right back.
Yeah.
So they took it the wrong way. When the first thing, I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
I told you. Don't worry about it.
My boy said your mic.
You know I love you, Cynthia. I would never backslide.
Real quick. So listen,
Anyway, hostia.
Way too loud.
K7 has a long trip back. So K's gonna say goodbye.
Real quick,
Okay.
I you know,
Hold on.
I'm leaving because I want to see my baby girl go to sleep, and right around now she's starting to wind down, so I want to get my pictures in.
Okay, you leaving me? You leaving
yeah,
us? You leaving us?
Yeah, I am.
Really?
But
Okay, we thank you so much.
real quick, I have to do this. I have to shout out CPR.
Yeah.
Who helped me get slipping through my hands. I want to thank I thank Alyssa B.
We got a call.
for the single. I would like to thank Willie Valentine for producing the track. I would like to thank Gino Caparelli for all he's done for 418 Freestyle. And I would like to thank the boss, Frankie Cullers, who was supposed to be here with us tonight.
Yes.
Frankie and CMG have been supporting and helping and breaking this record. And this is the new age of freestyle. What I mean by that is now is a chance for this music to get to the ears of people because we're back to making quality music. Not to say that it wasn't before, but now we're all moving as a unit.
Yes.
That's right.
And everyone is striving to do it. It's not a competition thing. It's saying we have to elevate this music that we love. And
Right.
and let me tell you this: it doesn't matter who you are, whether you like the artist or not. One good freestyle song helps another good freestyle song, and it helps another artist. Whether you get along as artists or not, this is the time for us to succeed. You know, me and Cindy's record opened the doors for a couple of the other records that opened the door for this. And I just believe that now, with the energy that we all have and the energy that we have to give back to this music, it's a perfect time. But please, bring in new blood. And what I mean by new blood is younger blood. Because for all of us to survive doing this music, we're gonna need younger people doing it. Because that interest, those are the people that still buy records. Older people our age do not buy records anymore. They're worried about tuitions for their kids. They're worried about, you know, insurances for their house and their cars and whatever the case may be. They don't want to spend $2 on a record. And if they do, it's very limited. So if they had a choice between mine and someone else's, it's whatever, you know, they're gonna roll the dice on it. So in all honesty, we need younger blood because that younger blood is going to bring in the people that are going to buy these records and continue this going for as long as we possibly can. If we don't have a ground floor, the house is going to collapse.
Correct.
Need that foundation.
Shout out to K7.
God bless everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm here.
We're going to take a 5-minute break and then we're going to chat it up with Cynthia.
Oh, yeah, please.
Give my love to the family.
Okay. God bless the people, bro.
I got slipping through my head.
Don't tell me you wear all those gloves all that time. You don't wipe your nose, bro.
I'm gonna do the boxing. Those are sneakers I'm buying.
We'll take one group picture before you leave.
Oh, yeah. Can we take a picture of you guys?
Yeah, we're going to take a group picture.
No, I've done so. No. I never knew you guys were so young. I never knew you guys were related. saying though. Yo, stop with your shit. Stop, cut it out.
That's not
Cut it out.
Friendly.
No, not respect, but you know what I mean.
Andre, George is like, give me that
Pass that
mic.
mic.
You see, hold on. Let me say something. Hold on. 1, 2.
Oh, my
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ain't no sentimental over here. I don't go back at the ranch, and I just speak facts. And facts is that Cynthia, she is my idol. Cynthia is my idol. Cynthia, no, hold up, excuse me. Cynthia is my idol. I'm a big fan of Cynthia. You know, ever since I was young, 15 years old, I'm 51 years old, and I'm 51 years old. Hey, can you please stop interrupting? Thank you. But still, you know, Cynthia, to me, she is number one. She's my sister. She's my heart. You know, I am a big fan of hers, and I love the shit out of her.
Thank you.
You know, straight up and down.
I love
You know, and Cynthia,
And I know we go back to
ever since I was a kid,
Bloomingdale's.
in
Yes.
Bloomingdale's, when she was working in the bank, I even knew
I used to work at the credit
where
department.
her credit department was at. I even knew where her
So
section
anyone
was
that
at.
was- anyone that was shopping.
The section that she had in Bloomingdale's downstairs in the basement was the first one towards the exit door when you go inside.
That sounds like a stalker.
No,
Okay, that
no,
is
I am not stalking
I
her.
don't even remember my chair.
No, I was 15 years old. I was 15 years old.
Shot.
Oh, shit.
Come on, guys.
Where's George's shot?
Oh, I'm driving.
I'm driving. I got it.
Shot.
Clink, clink, clink.
There you go.
Damn.
Do you want one?
Oh,
No,
no.
he's driving.
Okay.
Hold on, can I say?
No, one second. Let's get back to the interview. Cynthia.
No, we're getting back into the
No, hold on.
interview.
Cynthia. No, we got 10 minutes.
Oh, damn,
Cynthia.
10 minutes.
I'm not getting stuff.
How did you even start? You've been around for 30 something years.
Yes.
You are probably one
35
of
plus.
yeah. You are probably one of the one artist
35 plus.
that everybody people can talk about. This artist is like this artist like that. You've maintained a reputation that everybody adores you.
Yeah,
And it's not even, and you know,
Yeah.
to George is right here, and it's not even like oh, I want her to be my girlfriend. They genuinely love you. They adore you.
It's natural.
Nobody can say nothing
natural
bad
thing.
about you.
Mother Nature.
You've developed such a reputation that it's like you're like the golden child.
Yeah,
How
she
did
is.
you? How
No,
did
yes,
you?
she is.
How did you get your record deal? How'd you start?
So I got my record deal. I was very fortunate, I will say this, because like Kay mentioned, I used to be in a 3-girl group. It was me, Sapphire, and another girl named Doris, may she rest in peace. And we used to rehearse together, we used to hang out. Kay used to come over, do vocal scales with us. Spider used to come over and chill with us too and help us with our vocals. But the group didn't pan out. Sapphire became well established, performing in clubs. There were some times where she would call me and she would be like, hey Cynthia, do you want to come and hang out with me at this show? And I would go with her. And I was in awe, just seeing the way the crowd just responded to her. It was just amazing. And then she knew that I wanted to sing. So I remember being home one day. I grew up in Wagner Projects. And I remember being home one day and she called me up and she's like, Cindy, I got an audition for you, but you gotta go now. And I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta go now. So it was at La Mirage in the Bronx, and I had to meet up with Mickey Garcia of Micmac Records, and they were doing a DJ contest, but they were gonna take a break, and during that break is when I met Mickey Garcia, and then we went to this stairwell in the club, and I sang a little for him there, and then we made an appointment. I went back to his office 2 days later, and he was there with my former manager, George Vascones, and I sang for him there, and I was offered a recording contract there. And the rest is history.
Go ahead, that's the question.
I love Cynthia too. I'm a big
Okay,
fan
go
of
ahead.
Cynthia. Not just you.
All right, guys,
You know, I mean, I'm 51 years old. You're younger than me.
Ask your
Ask me
question.
a question.
Oh, that. Well, yeah, I love the way George answered.
George, ask the fucking question. Ask the question.
Now, but Cynthia,
Jose. His name's not George.
what was your first freestyle event? What was your first?
Oh, my first show. I'll never
first
forget
show?
my
It
first
was
show.
a radio?
I'll never, no, not even. It was a club in the Bronx called the Castle. Don't ask me where it was because I do not remember that, but I do remember me, Trey, and Los because they were my dancers when I first started, and we got picked up in a purple Rolls Royce. I'll never forget this shit. Purple Rolls Royce. And they took us to the castle. I won't forget my outfit. I had on leggings with patent leather boots that had like initials on it. And I only went there and I sang one song, which was Change on Me. And it was the most unbelievable experience for me ever. Ever. And that's
Was you
I'll never
nervous?
forget.
Was you nervous
Of course
when
I
you
was
got on
nervous.
stage?
Of course I was. You know what? I mean, I think that people that know me, when I'm off stage, I'm extremely nervous. I'm very shy.
But from the start.
But when I'm on stage, you would never be able to tell that.
Right.
Of course I was nervous. I was extremely nervous. I didn't know if people were gonna like me. I didn't know if people were gonna like my song, you know, how I looked, anything, you know. But the moment I stepped up on that stage and I started singing, woo,
Was you, so you was like, you was
I was
not
in
intimidated, you was like in heaven, right?
I was not, no, I'm not intimidated. I'm not that type of person, like you said about Sal, I'm not the type of person to get
But you
intimidated by
felt
any.
good, you felt good.
I felt great because the crowd embraced me, and that was the most exhilarating experience ever.
You know, Cynthia, not for nothing, you got a very beautiful and excellent personality
Thank you.
towards your fans. And I respect you so much for it.
Thank you.
You know,
Because I
and,
appreciate it.
I
appreciate
inspired
my
you ever since I was 15 years old. I'm 51 now. You know, I'm not ashamed to admit that at my age, but still in all,
Listen, you're 51 and I'm 52.
But still in all,
Jose, where's that? Come on.
I
Jose.
love
Kevin.
But listen,
Kevin.
What's wrong with you guys?
Do you want to be a Kevin right
Yeah,
now?
what do you see? My name is not Kevin.
You're about to be
First
Kevin.
about to be Kevin.
I'm over here giving
wait,
a
I know we only
compliment
got
to
10 minutes, but I gotta give a couple of
Cynthia.
shout outs.
Let's give a shout out.
Most people,
We'll go a little bit more. We'll go a little longer.
Let me give my
You know,
shout outs.
yeah, give the shout out.
Give the shout out.
I know we got, I got a grocery list
Jesus
for you.
Christ, what
So
the
besides
hell is going on
DJ White Boy KYS, DJ Blazer One, Anthony Mangini, Frankie
That's number
Cutlass,
one. That's the man right
CMG, Sal
there.
Apatello,
That's
Fever
number
Records,
one.
of course. Alex,
Love you,
Make Me
Sal.
Over NYC. We got the Erica Roman Charity Foundation, which I'm so proud to be a part of. So amazing things that we're doing. Andy Panda, Tony Moran, Andre, thank you so much for hooking up my website because you be doing,
DreamGirlCynthia.com, bitches.
yes, Christina Albano, all the DJs doing their thing every day. I appreciate you so much. Listen, during this pandemic, I know that it's been so difficult, so tough, but we still want to, you know, have that, you know, closeness with everyone. We still want to connect with everyone, and I truly appreciate it. I don't go on everyone's live. I will be completely honest. It's too much, and I do too much throughout the day. But I see you guys here and there, and I appreciate you, and I thank you. My Club Killers.
Club Killers
Who else?
all the
Who else?
way. Club Killers, Fever Records.
You want me to
all
give you
the
a
way.
shout out?
Fever
You're right
Records.
here in front of the camera. Why you want to give me a shout out?
George. Van Diesel.
All
Van
of
Diesel.
the artists
I love George.
2021
I love George.
Freestyle Cruise.
I
So
give a lot of respect for
let me
George.
tell you something. That's gonna be
George point a
insane.
finger, I knock his ass out.
Let's promote this. Let's promote this.
Cruise,
Let's talk
okay?
about. I want to talk about the
Wait,
cruise.
I want to see that.
Cruise.
I wanna
That's
see
number
it.
one.
So
Cruise.
I don't want to forget any
February,
artists.
right?
So
February?
my cuz was just here. K7 TKA. We got Suave, David Torres, Sammy Zone, Rob Bass, Joe Zangi, Sweet Sensation, Judy Torres, myself, Raquel, and Brenda C. Bank. We are going to have an amazing time, plus the DJs. Frankie the Boss Man, Cutlass is in the house, DJ Blazer One, White Boy, and of course Anthony Mangini, and the host, Sal Apatello. So what's up?
Here's what I want to. Here's what I want to
What's going
say.
on next year?
Yeah.
Next year.
Here's what I want to say.
It's
Here's
going
what
to be
I would
popping.
say.
It's going
Cynthia,
to be
we would
popping.
be going, except Andre hates cruises, and I have to freaking torture
But
his
anyway,
life to
ella
go
está
on
gaga.
cruise,
Ella está
otherwise we'd be
gaga.
there.
Chicago.
Listen to me.
But anyway.
Hold on one second.
Still
Here's,
no.
here's what I want to say.
Okay.
Here's what I want to say. The one thing, and this is what I honestly, and this is not from a friendship point of view. This is from a business point of view.
Yeah, I
I think
agree.
the reason why
Don't know Andre.
the reason why you are so popular is because you are so amazing with the fans. Okay? And people don't understand how important that is.
Yeah.
I
It's their anniversary of the boat cruise.
Hold on one second.
I don't care what anybody say. This is their anniversary of the
George,
boat
hold on a second, Jose.
Or whatever.
Here's the point.
It's making it happen.
Jose,
and
hold
it's
on a
gonna be a
second.
beautiful thing.
Here's the point that I'm
for
trying to make.
everyone. So
The point is that I've dealt with a lot of different artists.
book it.
And I've had to beg these artists,
Uh-huh.
can you please talk to the fans? Can you please hang out with the fans?
That's a
Can you
shame.
please take a couple pictures with the fans?
That's a shame.
And a lot of times it's like, and I'm not gonna mention artists' names, but a lot of times it's like pulling teeth.
Right.
You know, and
Yo no
one
me
thing,
tomo chinche.
and one thing, but hold on. And the one thing I have to say is that I don't
I
even,
like bochinche.
as much as I book Cynthia a lot.
Yo no sé
And-
what te
no,
mercado.
but espérate. The one thing I have to say is that I've never had a problem. I've never had to ask Cynthia, can you hang out with the
No,
fans?
never.
I've never had to say, Cynthia, can you do a meet and greet?
No.
I've never once, and I've booked her at least
Cynthia's
a
a
dozen,
beautiful-
2 dozen times. I've booked
Cynthia
her.
is an angel.
She is amazing.
She is amazing. And
She is amazing with the fans.
And
I will
she's
tell
a
you,
fucking
but let me
angel.
tell you why. So this goes
Why you
back
coming
to
off?
Hold on.
this goes back to the
Don't
way
cut me off.
I was raised. So
Yes.
I'm a young girl from Spanish Harlem.
I love Cynthia.
My mother was
Yes, Cynthia, I don't care
a
what
teacher. She worked for the Board of Education of New York City.
I'm a warrior.
She was a teacher in 120th Street, Pleasant Avenue, New York City. And I'll never forget. I mean, it's like if it happened yesterday. So I used to go into her classroom where she would have the parents in that classroom, once they dropped off their kids, rather than the parents going back out in the streets, she would spend time with the parents and do arts and crafts. And my mother was just a genuine person and just spent quality time with the parents and wanted the best for them. And I think that's just the way I was raised. And my mom was a single mom. She raised 4 of us, you know. So I got that from my mom, and I've always been very honest and genuine and appreciative of where I come from. And I appreciate my fans, and I always I do this with my website. You know this.
Right.
Things that I do. I always want to try and give back any way I can, any way, shape, or form. It may not be much, but it's something. Last year I did the kids' backs, the school drive,
Right.
with the backpacks. I did the toy drive, but that's nothing that's coming from me, per se, you know. But it's just so much that I want to do, that I want to give back, you know, whatever I can. I'm not this status. I'm not Jennifer
Cynthia,
Lopez status, although I
Cynthia,
love her.
Cynthia,
I'm not
Cynthia.
her status. But
Cynthia,
I'm saying
Cynthia,
that
you know
I'm
what?
trying to
Let
do
her
the best
talk.
I can for my fans, because I appreciate the
Don't
fact that,
interrupt
you know,
her.
that they do everything for me.
This is the one, and again, and I know we fuck around, we joke around and stuff like that, but that is such a big thing from a promoter standpoint, that I don't
And I
even,
will always hang out
yeah,
in the club.
that we don't have to ask. She comes out, she wants to take pictures.
I
Yeah,
love it.
and she loves it. Cynthia loves to hang out with her fans. She loves.
does.
She takes pictures.
does.
She signs
She's got
autographs.
passions
The
for
bottom
her
line
fans.
is they
She
pay
has
money.
passions
They
for
pay
her
money
fans.
to go to these venues.
Right.
They pay money to see. If it's not just me, it's another artist. Whether it's
Cynthia's
TK,
number one.
Coro,
I don't care what anybody
Suave,
says.
Lizette, Judy, whoever.
You
The
ain't
bottom
even
line
gonna
is
like
that they pay
It's
their
okay.
money, and
I ain't gonna
everybody
say.
works hard for their money. So if it only takes me 2 minutes to just stop and take a picture with somebody, then what's the problem with that? I don't see a problem.
Ain't no
with that.
problem.
You know
And I'm
what
going to tell you this from a promoter standpoint. From a promoter standpoint, when we're looking to book artists, the one thing that we're looking at is we're looking for artists to interact with the fans.
Yeah.
So whenever we're looking at, all right, we got to book this artist. We have this many venue, this much capacity. You know what? We got to get Cynthia.
Yeah.
We got to get Suave. You know, we got to get certain artists that we know will hang out with the fans and interact. Even Noel hangs out, interacts with the fans, takes shots with them, hangs out with them. People don't understand. A lot of the artists don't understand what a huge impact that makes.
Yeah.
Just by you hanging out with the fans and talking to them, having a drink with them.
It's they appreciate it so much, and it goes a long way. And you know what, you have to understand. Well, I understand that when artists and when fans come up to me and they say, "Oh my God, you know, Cynthia, your song impacted me in this way, this way, this way." You know, those are the stories that I listen to and I take to heart, and I appreciate so much. And you know, I'm like, I feel you, and I thank you, and that's probably the reason why I'm still doing what I'm doing, you know.
Right.
And if I can continue and take it to another level, hey, listen, I released a song with Kay and Judy, Don't Call It Love. That may be the last song. I don't know what the future has, in store for me, but I know it does have something to do with giving back to the community in some way, shape, or form. I'm in the process right now. I mean, I work with the Erica Roman Charity Foundation,
Right.
and we're doing great things with them, but I also have my Dream Girl Cynthia Foundation. So what I'm in the process of doing now is creating a scholarship in the state of Florida, because that's where I live currently. So I'm in the process of speaking to a college institution there to do a scholarship for them. And that's my way of giving back to students and helping with education. You know, there's just so many different things. I just promoted a t-shirt today.
And it's a beautiful t-shirt.
Thank you. I say
love
Red
the t-shirt.
Freestyle,
I even
right?
put it on my Facebook page. I even
That's gonna be
actually shared it.
amazing.
It was fucking awesome. Excuse my language,
you.
but that t-shirt is awesome.
But that's gonna be awesome because you know what I'm
are
gonna do
so
with-
in create. I mean, you create things that, you know, the fans love you.
Thank you.
Everybody loves you. I even love you. You know, I mean, at the age of 51, excuse me, it's not a proposal now. You got George over here. Cut it out. Cut it out. No, cut it out.
Sin.
Can I see what I feel?
Jose,
What is
Sin,
going on?
Sin.
Yes.
Let me ask you a
What is
question.
it? What is the
And
situation? over here?
Jose brought up a good point.
I'm a big
Okay.
fan.
Exactly.
You are
For Cynthia.
It's not about
Jose,
fans.
hold on. Jose, how do
Oh
you?
my God. Andre's wife is on my
You are
house.
always
Lower it.
And I gotta know.
on top of your website.
Yes.
I get you don't understand how many messages I get from
I feel
Cynthia.
so comfortable.
I'm saying,
WhatsApp at 2
No,
o'clock in
no.
the
yes,
morning.
I get so many WhatsApp. I probably get contacted more than George does. And it's always like, look, I got this T-shirt. Yo, I got this bundle. Yo, I got this thing.
I
Yo,
didn't
hook
get
this
none
up.
above.
Hook this up with the website. You are
I didn't
always
get a
involved.
match for
And the
something.
one thing that I have to say is that there's an email on the website where you can actually interact with your fans.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't do that.
Right.
And you don't understand the impact that has on people that they can talk to. Look, I grew up with Cynthia. I love Cynthia. She has such an impact, and I can talk to her.
Yeah.
She's fucking responding to my messages. You know, and you're
I don't
always
have to do
creating new
that,
stuff.
but
It's
I
not
know.
like you have the same product that you've been pushing for 5 years.
Oh shit.
You're creating mass. You're
I'm
creating
always
this.
trying to
Already
create
coming out.
something new, but
Already coming
I
out.
want my
That's
fans
bad.
to understand that the reason why I do that is because
You guys
I
come
want
out.
to be able to generate when I
You guys
generate
come out.
money
Come here.
and I'm raising money because I want to give back. If I can give back in any way, like I said, I'm doing the scholarship.
I love you,
know,
George.
obviously, I don't know if I'm
You're
going
the
to be
man,
in the toy
George.
drive this year, but if I can do something else, there's always. I'm not investing it in myself as far as music or videos. I'm doing that out of my own pocket.
Look
I
at
want to give
George's
back
character.
to my
Look at his
community.
face.
If I can do a dream girl like Cynthia camp, I would do it. You know, but it takes time to build that.
I love
Those
Cynthia.
are things that are
That's
generating
my-
in my
she's my
mind,
heart.
and that's just the
Okay.
training that I've had in
That's my
business
sister.
because I've always been working. I've worked throughout my entire career. I worked for Citibank for 9 years, and then I worked for Chase Manhattan Bank for 14 years.
And
as a branch
Bloomingdale's?
manager.
Oh, what about
Well, Bloomingdale's
Bloomingdale's?
before.
Yeah.
But that's
But
what trained
That's
my
what
mind
started
to
you.
think
That's
of-
what got you going.
I know.
That's
I
what got
know.
you amped up. And
Exactly.
over there in Bloomingdale's.
I
I mean,
know.
I remember you. I mean, ever since I was a kid,
Uh-huh.
I felt like I met, like,
Bloomingdale's was a great experience.
I met,
and I got
I
to
felt
meet
like
Trey.
I met the greatest
I met
star.
Trey there, and my cousin worked there, Evelyn of the Cover Girls. So
Yeah,
all three of us
yeah.
worked
Oh,
there.
Wait,
And it was
wait,
so
wait.
crazy.
Yeah,
You're
it was.
related to them? Who are you
Dude.
related to?
It was back in
Evelyn of the
85.
Cover Girls.
Evelyn of the Cover Girls.
That's my cousin.
Okay.
And Kay.
And Kay.
my cousin.
That's her
So Kay is my cousin through my ex-husband. My ex-husband
Yeah, you don't have to
and
do
Kay are cousins.
Okay.
So we're family because my son, we're family. I will always look at Kay as my cousin. Evelyn of the Cover Girls is my cousin. So we're family.
So you like,
and we
that's
all
just
grew up in the
crazy.
same neighborhood too.
It's all in the
122nd,
same neighborhood.
Second
Let me tell you
Avenue.
something.
I don't think
With
you
the
realize.
Cover Girls,
I know. Hold on a second. I don't think you realize the impact that you have on these people because of the way that
Yes.
you're seriously a genuine person.
Yes, she
And
is.
that cat,
Yes,
you don't
she is.
understand
Yes,
how
she
much
is.
weight that cat. I talked to Sal, and I talked to other promoters when we're talking about booking people,
Cynthia's
and your
the
name
best.
always pops up.
Cynthia's the best.
It's not just because of your catalog. It's because of the way you are with the fans.
It's the attitude.
It's important that we're like, you know what? I know for a fact that as long as Cynthia doesn't have another show that night, she's gonna hang out with these fucking fans all night. And I know we fuck around with
You know,
George.
but
Hold
not
on,
for
hold
that.
on. We fuck around with George all the time and stuff like that. But George is extremely cool with stuff like that. And you know, we tease him and stuff like that. But he's the official dream boy, and we've accepted him, and we love this guy.
You know something?
Because he's good to you. But not only that, but the fact that you were just so amazing with the fans, and like we don't have to beg, we don't have to ask.
It's amazing, Andre.
You're just cool with the fans, and that makes such a big impact.
It comes natural, and that's just the way I'm built. I'm raised. I am.
Cynthia, she can have an argument with her dog, but she don't hold a grudge against no one. That's how she is.
I do not hold grudges against anyone.
No.
I don't forget.
Yeah.
I love my dog.
Hey, she loves her dog.
Forget.
And I have to bring her dog up
But,
because her dog is very beautiful. I love that dog. That dog, wow.
I miss everyone. I
yeah.
miss performing. I will say I truly miss performing, and I think that's why I go live every. I don't go live. I film my videos every day. You know, doing my workout videos because I have to connect somehow, shape or form. I feel like I have to connect. I don't do a lot of lives. I really don't. And I think the reason I don't is because I'm really shy. I'm really shy deep down inside.
You would never expect that.
But he knows it. I'm just very shy.
Yeah, George, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I am. I'm very shy, but I do my videos in the morning, and that's my way to connect with my fans. And
but how does it make you feel that you're designated as like the freestyle sweetheart, the princess of freestyle? You, like I said, people can say so much about artist A, artist B, artist D, right? You know, there's so many things that people can say about all of us, but no one says anything negative about you. And if someone does, they fucking go vicious. Like, why you talk? That's my
vicious.
Girl. You know what I'm saying?
I never heard nobody talking.
What I'm trying to say is that how does that make you feel? That you're like you have like almost like a pristine reputation that people love you, genuinely love you.
You know, can I?
I mean, he can tell you when people come up to me and they're like, "Oh my God," you know, it's somewhat uncomfortable in a sense. I'm uncomfortable because I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm like you, I'm like you, I'm like you, I'm like you."
She feels, even when that she gets nervous.
I don't.
She's just very down to earth, humble.
I'm very down to
She's
earth.
very down to earth.
That's the word, humble.
And I appreciate this. I appreciate
you know something?
You're very
You know
down to earth.
I thank you.
No, humble is a different word. But down to earth.
Our Sixth Sense audience out there. We love Cynthia, we love K7, and not for nothing, Cynthia's.
Cut off.
You got papao. He got papao.
Oh shit! You were on a timeout.
Forget about it.
I'm talking.
All right, guys.
No, Cynthia.
Go ahead, Sid. But like I
Humble
said,
is one word,
It's already done.
but you're down to earth, and it's you don't feel like you're better than anybody.
No,
and
because I'm not.
but
I'm
no,
not.
but I'm not
Everyone
saying
is
I'm not
unique
saying
in their
you're
own
not.
way.
I'm not saying you're not, but you don't act like you are.
No.
And you when you present to people, when people come up to you,
I embrace everyone.
Exactly.
I don't
you
care.
You don't feel like you're better than
I don't
anybody.
care about that. I don't care.
You love everybody, and
I think that has a lot to do with feeling intimidated.
Yes.
I'm not intimidated by anyone, and I think that has a lot to do with my training from, like I said, when I used to work for the banks. My district manager used to come into my job, and the moment my district manager walked in, my employees, because I was a branch manager for a bank, my employees would go crazy, and I'm like, I loved when she came in because that was my opportunity to sit with my district manager and learn so much from her and ask so many questions and just absorb as much knowledge as I possibly could from her. And I never felt intimidated, and I don't feel intimidated by anyone. I think we all are on this earth with our own unique talents, our own unique looks, our own unique, just personalities. And it's all about embracing it and just loving who you are. And I love who I am. And that's the bottom line. And I love you, and I love you. And
here's an uncomfortable question for George. George, when's the date?
We haven't said it.
No, it's not something yet. We haven't decided yet. But it's coming.
Are you going to stay in New York? Or are you planning to move to Florida?
Hell no.
How's that working?
Hell
No, he's not answering that one. I am.
Okay, go ahead.
He's not. We're not staying in New York. No. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
I already told him I'm a package deal, right? I come with 2 kids, right? And I live. My mother lives with me.
Right.
My mother's 86. I'm a package deal, and a package deal meaning I'm in Florida. So you're gonna come to Florida with me, or you're not. No, I'm not gonna be that. I'm gonna tell you like it is.
Sin, we are coming to Florida, and we are going to become your neighbors.
Yeah, I already spoke to Cynthia. I already spoke to Cynthia about this
We
a couple
have
weeks
it
ago.
planned. One of these days, we are coming to Florida.
Yes.
And we are going to be your neighbors, and I hope you're prepared.
Oh, I'm ready.
And I will
I
try,
am ready.
I will try to keep Andre. Why is this so,
I know.
like, I will try to keep
Listen, I have
Andre.
parties all the time. I'll
I
cook.
calm. Yeah, but I know, trust me, I know
Excuse me.
from New York to Florida that you know how annoying Andre is.
I never seen
So,
this.
from Florida to Florida,
Well, she's
I
weird out with
look
you
at
today.
it like
more
this.
annoying.
If you
and
guys
I'm
are my
gonna try to
neighbors-
keep him a distance.
Guys.
If you guys are my neighbors, I will not get like 30
Can I say something?
text messages or invites,
Probably.
Facebook invitations.
You'll get 30
or whatever
knocks on the
Can
door
I say something though?
instead.
Can I say something though?
I would say, I would knock on the door at 6 in the morning. George opened the door.
No,
What the
fuck.
George,
Hold on. Andre is not up at 6 in the morning. I am.
George would say, George would say, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, yo, I need some sugar. I need to borrow some meat.
opens up at 8.
Oh my God.
But seriously, no, 'cause
Andre's sleeping at 6 in
my
the morning.
Not me.
wife's
No,
job.
me neither. I'm up at
My
5.
wife's
I'm up at
job.
3 o'clock in the morning,
I'm
right?
up
And I'm
at
scrolling
5.
through Facebook. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, that
God.
is good. Let me shop.
My wife and I are talking about moving to Florida. My wife's job just got acquired by a bigger hospital,
Uh-huh.
so we have the option of moving to Delray Beach or West Palm Beach.
I love Delray Beach.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we said West Palm Beach. That's it. We could be fucking Cynthia. I said we're gonna fucking we're gonna move right next to Cynthia
Hurricane party.
just to annoy George, so I can knock on the door at 5 in the morning and be like, "You want to play golf?
Don't
Can I
worry,
borrow some
George.
sugar?"
I'm up at 5 in the morning. Andre's never up at 5 in the morning.
I'm up.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we're on
Ever. Andre's never up at 5 in the
Well,
morning.
maybe I'll be able to work with you.
Facebook.com,
Hopefully, when I finish my
6
degree in
cents.
college.
Could you give
That's
me an
what I'm doing now,
opportunity
too,
or
so.
what's going on, bro?
Jose, what's the matter with you today?
I don't know.
Give us
I don't hear my own
Chinese.
voice on the mic over here, so it's
All right,
like
look,
I'm trying to say
You got
something
to my
positive
off.
over
What
here.
happened?
Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I'm doing great. I'm excellent. You know, I just want a moment of silence. You know.
Moment of
All right,
silence.
listen, we are way over. We are way over. So we're gonna cut this thing off. We're gonna take some shots. We're gonna take some shots.
I know anyone hear that. It's all
We're
good.
gonna play some music. We're gonna try to get George to dance. We're gonna try to
But
get
you know
sorry.
something,
We're
though?
gonna try to get Jose to
No.
dance.
Hold on.
Okay, you got to your dance.
Yeah.
Freeze.
Listen,
507
wait.
freeze. How low can you go?
Wait, wait.
Death row and
Wait,
a brother
Let me give
no.
a final shout out. I want to thank
Yeah.
everyone for tuning in tonight. 6 Sense Radio. I truly appreciate everyone. You
You need a shot. You need a shot of your boo.
Yeah, Bob, George. I love you, George.
Yeah.
I love him, man.
George is the official dream
George
boy.
is the official
Wait.
dream boy.
I got it.
And you
I
never
can't.
have it too.
Wait. You guys didn't even
He's the
say-
official
hold
dream
on.
boy. He got a cigar with a plastic.
Before bits.
And he
Before-
wanted to
Hey,
fucking-
this
Wait a
is
minute.
how we're closing.
We're gonna try.
Hey, man, let me
Listen,
shit the cigar
this
off.
is how we're going to close the show.
We're going to do it a cappella because I keep teasing
I
you.
know,
I'm like,
yeah,
you
but
don't even know
Yeah,
the
you
words.
better know how to
All right, we got the music. Can you do acapella?
Can you do
Oh,
it?
so.
You
You
better
can't
know
do
how to do it.
acapella.
The music if you help me.
No. I'm
Yeah.
Oh,
The music.
Help me.
No,
There you
no.
go.
Let's
Carry
go.
me.
Let's do it.
I
No, not count it.
still remember the first time you said that you. No, you mean music.
I can do
You
it.
love
I
me.
can do it.
All right, let's put some music
Held
on.
me in your arms and said you never ever leave me.
Hold on.
That's done.
Oh wait, you got the music.
And we'll play
back.
the little bit. This is how we're gonna end the show.
Lyrics.
We're gonna end the show.
Yeah.
Right.
He said the
I think I'm gonna sing it better than you.
We are gonna
I'm
end
gonna
the
sing it better than you.
We are gonna end the show.
I'm gonna do it.
We're
I'm gonna sing it better than you.
we're gonna end the show
Watch
with
me.
the Dream Girl
Watch me.
and the official Dream Boy, George Collado.
Oh boy.
Do not get it twisted.
And
When
don't
the
know
show
what I'm
when the
like.
shows open up, you have a 5-second window to take a picture. Do not move your hand above. Do not move your hand up. I've been
George.
instructed by George. Do not move your hand above her waist.
George.
You have a 5-minute second.
Still.
Social distancing, even when there isn't.
Not 5-minute window.
There's a 5-second
Oh
window.
my God.
The official dream girl and the official dream boy.
Don't be
Let's go.
like
My
Kevin.
friends.
Don't be like Kevin. Yo, can you raise it up? Raise it up. The mic. Raise up the mic. Yo, can you raise up the mic?
What's up?
Okay.
Hello.
Wait.
Let's say.
I was running.
1, 2, have a go. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. The second.
Ow, come on, sing.
1, 2.
Let's say.
Damn it.
My friends.
Give her a space.
My friends told me I was lucky to have a.
Wait, give me some space here.
Is that good?
The mic's alive.
That's that needs. 1, 2.
My friend.
Here, stop. I'll
See what I got? Okay.
I'll do that. I'll do it.
Let's stick together.
Get it, George.
Ready?
It's in the girl part.
Don't kiss my ass. I love you, George.
We'll sing it together, right?
That's my sister right
Listen.
George,
That's what we do.
George may be a dream.
That's not good.
George may be a dream boy, but he is officially fired.
Yes, big time. Big time.
I don't know what that
Let's
was.
see what the
Wait,
lady
is
says.
this,
Let's
is
see what
this
the lady
mic on?
says.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Oh no, that mic's not on.
You're on now,
All
guys.
right, yeah, he's officially fired. You're fired, babe. I'm
That's all right.
sorry.
Let's see how the ratings go first, please.
The ratings.
The ratings would have been better if it would have raised up the mic on me, but he didn't.
Thank you guys for coming out. We're gonna play some music. We're gonna take some more shots.
Yes, we're gonna hang out.
Shot.
Are we still gonna remain live?
Peace. Yes, we're still live.
It's all right. I'm scared.
I'm
I'll go back.
sorry.
It's okay.
Wait, white boy said
White boy.
it's like watching a car crash in slow motion.
Good. Come on, nigga. What up?
George, that's all your fault, George.
Fuck that. George Mohan, nigga. That nigga blood. That nigga blood. I love you, George. I really do.
What do you think? Cool. You gotta take one more shot before you go. Okay? Yeah.
I see about them singing. What is that?
check right now.
Honest to God, God bless you guys.
Checkbook in that bin right there.
I love you, Mommy. I will never come to you. No, that bitch came home strong. I'm so proud about it. I'm so proud. That day that he told me, I have nothing to say. He said like you were, yeah, bro. No, and I'm telling you, no, I know that. And let me tell you something. I'm sorry. He's my friend. He's my fucking up. So, the way she came out, something like that, yo, I didn't like it, yo. I'm not used to that, bitch.
Let's get out of the corner. He's in the corner right now.
Why step out? Because that bitch has told me the other day that she wanted something that was last week that she told me that shit on the fucking phone. Now and I just feel so young with the moment that I was
I'm waiting for him to be talking right now.
I never felt bad about thinking I think I will walk through the road and the fucking other girls go down to Naomi, small room and all that. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
But I say, this is my step back.
Oh, we hanging. You guys see it?
Yeah, no, we're hanging.
Oh, we hanging.
But then it's all like, man, I'm here now. Like, yeah, I'm done, yo. I was killed. No, I'm gonna let you know.
Still alive.
Oh, my last time. Here you go. Cynthia-Episode. I got tornado style. I let it ride. But the kid said things in the parrot. Like, oh,
That's why I took his mic away.
Well, then again, you're blind.
I appreciate it.
I'm keeping it real with you.
I know.
And I want all the sports things over here.
Like on the short thing.
It's family.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
When I know you were coming here, I was nervous.
Get the fuck out.
I was nervous.
Yeah. He's like,
Honestly,
his
though,
arms like bigger and then he's like,
Yeah. When you get a chance, read the note. Everyone's really strong. Like,
your body fly. I'll fuck it.
hell yeah.
Yo, I want a bullet going through me. And when I, no,
He's like,
nunca voy para la mujer. Nunca voy para la mujer. De cualquier cosa.
Oh, okay.
you're still alive. Like,
No me decís para que no
Okay. Okay. We're still alive.
yeah, you totally got it. Yeah, you gotta find the wall.
That's good. I have a clue, bro. No. Hostia, puñeta.
You gotta find the wall.
Por igual carrepeta, coño.
You do.
That's what, George.
You gotta find the wall. right now.